What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another musical edition of the Portland Burnsiders, featuring our special guest, Moxie.
Play all day, frag all day, lose no way, win all day, vibe all day, chill all day, lose no way, win all day.
Burnsiders 2020, still out here, chasing dope, stuck inside, COVID dope. You say hi, I say yow, pushing through shuttered doors, making place you fucking know. Sixes, no fovey foes, spitting phrases, making rhymes, rhythms in my mind, making dinner for game time, cooking with eXtine, pure and giggly guy. You know we won't ever stop, climb our way towards the top. Ubers, you won't see me drop, champagne bottles gonna pop. Fletcher made this beat, Carolina Reaper heat.
Play all day, frag all day, lose no way, win all day, vibe all day, chill all day, lose no way, win all day.
Pocket scouts, name is boy, dodging shots, a decoy, a New York boy, still reppin' Portland like Brandon Roy. Over heels on over heel damage. He's gonna do, he's no Gardner, that's for real. Catfax, he's Western, gonna lead the way, sliding ran to play pipes. He bang, Fletcher flies in the sky, sack blaze. He's our god, Market Gardner, medic dies, rain of light, he's gonna snipe. That's believe that shit is tight. And just like my solely bombs, they were right. Now I hit arrows, you like a legend. On that egg, tell these soldiers, get off my dick. Yeah.
Play all day, frag all day, lose no way, win
10 seconds.
lose no way, win all day.
You know we spittin' flames, TF2's a fucking game. Going down, Dota 2, she's Lena. I'm ET, eXtine, and Moxie. Shit talk, her casting, shut it, a Voxie. Billiards with MC, ancient player, TI winner, pause, ain't serving dinner, breakfast for karaoke, Roman Heen, MoMA 2, cheat, Homework 2. Inspiring ways to move, play like them, and go like moves. Game all day till I snooze. Sleep all night, dream of Valve, passion TF2. Moxie on the hook, but yo, let me sing it too. Play all day, fresh all day, lose no way, win all day, vibe all day, chill all day, lose no way, win all day. Damn, Moxie, you killed it, just like always. One of these days, you're gonna be casting, and you're gonna be like, oh shit, it's the Burnsiders. Until then, I'm eXtine. See you next time.
To back.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another musical edition of the Portland Burnsiders, featuring our special guest,
10
Moxie.
seconds remain.
Play all day, frag all day, lose
5
no way,
seconds.
win all day, vibe all day, chill all day, lose no way, win all day.
Burnsiders 2020, still out here, chasing dope, stuck inside, COVID dope. You say hi, I say yow, pushing through shuttered doors, making place you fucking know. Sixes, no fovey foes, spitting phrases, making.
Yeah, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to our broadcast here tonight. We got some, oh gosh, excuse me. I should be rocking, oh, no, that wasn't even the one that I wanted. We'll find it. Just, this is the one that I want. There we go, yow. Not RD2L. Anyways, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Don't have Gunshine in here yet, aka Try Your Best.
10
The
seconds.
manager for Stephen Cat.
5 seconds remain. Use Radiant's banner.
1 second, actually, I'm gonna have to pull him in here. Oh, okay, yeah, actually, sorry, try your best. I thought I had your privileges right. I only had him halfway right, and you know, sometimes in the world is Dota, being halfway right is worth nothing! Right?
Worth nothing, Jeff.
10 seconds remain.
Anyways, welcome to the show here. Try your best, as well as ladies and gentlemen, everybody else joining us here tonight. Let me also make sure that you can actually hear the wonderful cast here.
Sound of the police.
Sound of the beast.
Sound of the beast.
Yep, excellent. Well, draft has already progressed quite a bit, and well, you're seeing some Portland Burnsiders, dare I say, classics. The Sven KU. I mean, that's something that's been impressive this patch. Certainly not.
I was gonna say, like,
to the Burnsiders.
I can't see anything right now, but I was gonna say, is it Sven pick?
Oh, yeah.
Is it Omni? Is it Sven KU? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, you might be able to. Yeah, one second. I think we can get you a view.
Let's see how this goes. Oh. Maybe you can't.
Oh, no, you cannot? Okay. Well, we'll see.
We'll see if it pops through.
Okay.
Oh no, this could be a disaster. This could be a disaster.
We're working through try your best. You might have to step aside in game one, but come back later. We'll see. Right now, though,
This is what's gonna happen. They're gonna pick a hero has defensive capabilities in the 5 position that enables the Sven to do well in lane. Yeah. And then they're gonna ban out lots of carries and maybe a mid laner or 2. Is that what happens?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, we
Pretty
got
good,
the
okay.
Lifestealer ban in phase 1. We got a PA Storm Spirit bans in phase 2.
Okay, so a mid laner that can close the gap and a hard carry that can out carry or outscale Sven. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Good ban.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, they can't. We've been seeing some pickups of the Mars Mars carry, or like weird positions as well, but likely to just be off lane here within like pause 4 Mirana, pause 5 Ogre Magi.
Yeah, I like when teams are picking up this Mars hero and they just say, okay, we don't need you to be a win condition. We just need you to crap on your lane as much as possible, and we'll find a win condition else in some other part of our lineup. Either like picking up a Leshrac or picking up a win condition out of the carry. But not solely sticking Mars in an off lane position. It's kind of cool to see. You may see Mars mid, safe lane in some matchups, but he's not really playing like the carry or the win condition. He's playing as like, I'm going to do better in this lane than their lane, and we'll find a way to win the game some other way.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, so then Tidehunter getting picked up for the 4th pick for the Burnsiders. I mean, certainly their draft pretty straightforward, just waiting for what we would imagine to be an aggressive kind of bounce around the map mid. In some sense, you're like, I'm just gonna list off everything you want, right? Like, he's not gonna be it's not gonna be you want a hero that can not be locked down by the Mars, doesn't care about the Ogre Magi stun, can chase down the Mirana. Also at this point, a mid that is not gonna get their mana pool completely blown up and then get exploded by Anti-Mage. Chat wheels coming out here. I don't know. Anti-Mage, certainly strong in some ways, but I don't know if it really hangs against this like BKB Sven, who almost just uses the Ag's Stormhammer to close the distance on you. So the fact that you like can bounce it back with a spell shield like doesn't matter if he's BKB'd, right?
Right. So I mean, you obviously can't cast Stormhammer, but you exit Stormhammer, I believe, when you BKB. Actually, no, you don't. There's a few weird interactions there. So if you BKB, you don't take the magic damage. You do take the hit if Sven has Ags. But as Anti-Mage, you can just blink away. If you're using the spell, I always forget what the name of that stupid ability is because I never play Anti-Mage. I hate that. You do reflect the Stormhammer, but obviously you're most likely going to be blinking away no matter what. So yeah, I don't really like AM as like the win condition against Sven because the pressure that he's going to be applying on the map, or the goal of this hero is to apply pressure on the map, and it doesn't really happen until you need like a lot of items to apply pressure, and there are not all that many AM games where you're 1 versus 5ing and you're certainly never manning up against a Sven until way later in the game, so don't really.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this like gank squad. Ogre Magi seems like fun in a concept of like being part of a gank squad and like, oh yeah, you're gonna roam around the map with Ogre Magi and find people and kill them. But it just doesn't seem like the way his levels curve out, really kind of works like that. I mean, obviously Moonlight Shadow and Arena will help keep people in place, but when you're talking about like an Ogre Magi, going around and even I don't know, all 4 of those, right? Because Anti-Mage is going to be farming, and then Mars, Death Prophet, Mirana, and Ogre Magi are fighting, and up against an Undying, a Rubik, and a Tidehunter, and then whatever hero the Burnsiders throw in here, which I have my sneaking suspicion that might be an Aaron Void Spirit, just because that is, a kind of a favorite hero that gets busted out by him, and
Undying, Rubik,
meta, but like
Tidehunter.
Those heroes are going to be hard to kill, right? Like,
Yeah, so Undying's going to have a pretty good laning phase with Sven. Really, like, just an all-around really good hero for the first, 15, 20 minutes, 15 to 18 minutes of the game, falling off pretty hard. Doesn't really enable your carry to farm like this Ogre Magi will. I mean, Bloodlust, my guess, is sort of similar to how you were building, like, 5-position Magnuses these days, where you're, like, trying to maybe get like skewer level 1 and then you're making little plays like that, but your main goal is just this symbiote running around bloodlusting your empowering your carry so that you enable their progression. But in this case you have 4-position, let me think about this 4-position Rubik paired up with a Tidehunter. Should actually be a fair amount of harass. We sort of saw this yesterday, paired up against Morphling, where Portland Birdsiders were playing against QXD family, and they were looking to put as much pressure on the 1 position, sort of levels 1 through 3 that they could. So you're going to see like Gush level 1 with Rubik's W level 1, and trying to put as much heat in that lane as they can. I think that this Mars kind of has a pretty big, has quite a lot of work that he has to accomplish in minute, like, I want to say 8 through 18. So there's this 10-minute period where he is going to have to get a lot of work done with this Death Prophet pushing down towers to sort of create space for this AM to feel comfortable. And if that doesn't really happen, the map's going to close in on whatever team. I believe it'll close in on Anti-Mages. I believe they're on Radiant, right, Jeff? I can't really tell just yet.
Yeah. Anti-Mage is on Dire. So situation.
Oh, Anti-Mage is on Dire. So this is a really interesting exercise, and not being able to see anything and holding it in my head is pretty fun. So yeah, I would say that as
this as Mars exits his laning stage, he's gonna have to see a rotation from the Death Prophet down into his lane to take that tower, and if Tidehunter has a decent laning phase against AM, which it's not great, but I think that he should do just fine with Rubik against Ogre Magi Animage, and they should be looking to defend their tier 1 tower bottom, which is, again, you usually want to do, but I think in this case where you're really shutting down this early aggression from this Death Prophet, you'll be able to, what you'll get out of that is the ability to close in on the Animage's place to farm, because this Mars really has to open up this area of the map in order for him to leave and actually exert his presence and what he wants to do and how he wants to fight on the map. So if they aren't able to do that, this game's going to be pretty difficult for Dire.
Yeah, for sure. I think we got you in there now, right? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let's run down where everybody is. Looks like right now we do have just Vinny DC'd, so waiting for Vinny's connection to sort out. Vinny will be on that Tidehunter. Has reconnected as soon as I call that out. Notorious will be joining him in lane on his Rubik. Then we do have Kobe, aka Pog, League of Legends Timu, on the Undying. Aaron will be mid as the Outworld Devourer. And over for Hellraisins, Keva on the Animage. Humble Korean will be Ogre Magi up in that top lane with him. Ice Shadow on the Mirana. Captain Coco playing Mars, and Matsuri on the Death Prophet. What do you think about Outworld Devourer in that mid lane matchup versus Death Prophet?
So, the matchup, I don't really know these matchups too well in terms of like, OD
like
is just not a hero that we've seen a whole lot. I assume that it should be relatively fine in terms of the mid matchup. I think the majority of the reason why OD has not seen a lot of plays, they just haven't really been able to teams just really haven't been able to figure out his power spikes and how they fit in.
Right.
So I just don't see a lot of that hero. I only saw it twice actually, and that's you guys picking it up on the burn sliders. The way it was used, and the way it was used is sort of this counter initiation, sort of like keep using your spells, and then I'm gonna try and waste as much of your cooldowns as I can with Banish. So.
Yeah, that was up against that Ancient Apparition, so his Frost Blast, and then just being able to use the Astral Imprisonment to kind of get out of that was a really powerful tool.
Yeah. So
Ogre Magi and Keva getting pretty banged up on top lane.
Yeah. You can see Ogre Magi going this W level 1, trying to put a little bit of harass here into the Rubik as much as he can. It's a I didn't see what ability Tidehunter had level 1. I would assume it was Gush. Yeah, it was Gush.
That's where they were getting that extra burst on him too.
Yeah, I'm. Ogre Magi sort of shows his body, so he's kind of one of those targets. It's like, I'm here, just hey, just use all your mana on me, and I kind of don't really feel that great. I'm Tidehunter, and I've used 2 Gushes on a hero that has like 7 starting armor. So this AM's probably just fine with his laning partner using that.
Yeah, I missed First Blood there, but Stormhammer used by this KU Sven. Also gets the range creep denied there, so things going pretty well for him. I mean, KU also, Kobe was the one who got the actual First Blood there. Would have been a little bit better to have that land on KU's shoulders, but it's all good. And Kobe getting pinned to the tree here. A bit of damage, the combo. He's actually still able to do a good amount of work here. Doesn't have Tombstone, but with Soul Rip and Decay. Ooh, gets away under Tower. The turnaround from KU as those tower hits come in. Shadow's not going to be too happy with that. 0 charges on the wand. And 1 Tango.
Looking to snipe that courier, but they're just gonna, Sven's just gonna move it into the woods.
Just waste his time. Smart stuff. Got to protect your neck and your courier in the world of Dota.
Yeah, Undying had that fairy fire, and I was looking at his HP. I was like, well, I mean, hopefully he remembers he has a fairy fire.
Yeah, classic. Side pull getting underway. Kobe just kind of watches it happen. He's level 3, but picked the second point in Soul Rip. We'll continue to just kind of take strength away from this Mars. Missing 8 already.
Yeah, Soul Rip is a pretty deceptive ability in terms of how much damage it's going to do.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as it's sort of dependent on how many things are around you. Like, I think, level 2, I think it can do like 400 like 300 damage or something like that. It's quite a lot.
Yeah, pretty close to 300, if not a little bit more.
Yeah.
270. That's it.
And a lot of people just don't respect how much damage it will do at level 3s.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, obviously this game is pretty early, but right now the net worth is just turning out really well for the Burnsiders. KU at top and followed by Death Prophet, but then Tidehunter, Outworld Devourer. So they're kind of actually outscaling the Animage and the Mars in terms of what they're able to accomplish, at least just in this early game. Ice Shadow does steal that Arcane Rune. Aaron didn't have a bottle though, so wasn't necessarily dependent upon that. And,
so looking at the CS discrepancies. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot. Aaron goes this build where he goes Tranquils on OD. This was a common build on OD, like way back.
Yeah.
In the day when Tranquils didn't break when you were attacking heroes.
Yeah. Or if you were walking with it, like.
Yeah, so you were able to orb walk and attack heroes and slow them, and still have Tranquils be active, and it was pretty common to get it on OD. But I mean, it doesn't seem all that bad. Like he
gets a ton of free mana,
he's done it 3 games in a row. It seems okay. He may want to focus a little bit on like moving his Tranquils in and out of his backpack. But, it's like little things, little efficiencies.
Notorious sees the Ogre Magi rotation. He kind of stays hidden off the map. He's just level 2. Would be nice to pick up that last little bit of XP here. Maybe we'll get... No, actually, I think he's not going to get it off that creep. He walks out of the range. KU kind of chasing down Ice Shadow here while also pulling in the side jungle here. KU has
just
wand charges, so...
Looking to pick these creeps up and just walk them back towards the tower and sort of reset the creep equilibrium while Sven's missing some.
Oh, he does get wow, that Soul Rip though, and now the turnaround after the wand charges. They get the Marana Mars showing his tail as well. Notorious, who showed up to the scene of the crime, as well as the Undying, just chasing him, nipping at those heels.
Yeah, just not respecting again the Soul Rip. You always think you're gonna get these early kills. Like Undying is just really good at punishing when you think you're gonna get a kill.
Yeah. With
this level 2 Soul Rip. My guess is that there's like 2 different ways that Undyings can build. It really just comes down to this. Level 5. Are you going to take Tombstone level 2 or are you going to take Soul Rip level 3? And
right.
There's sort of 2 diverging philosophies on that.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's Dota for sure. I mean, in a lot of ways, there's forks in the road, right, where you can go one way or you can go the other.
Yeah, so like it's like, do I think I'm going to be fighting a little bit more with my Tombstone? So I'll take another point in Tombstone.
Yeah, like around the team and stuff.
Am I basically just saving people as much as possible? I'll take one missile.
Vinny holds on to his fairy fire while the Matsuri rotation up to top lane results in both Vinny and Notorious going down. Vinny close to level 6, so that was part of the plan there, I'm sure. Get him right before you get that Ravage. If he was able to get a Ravage off there, that would have been a different sort of
that was
gank.
interesting.
KU,
That's interesting. The Death Prophet decided to rotate into the safe lane. It's not as common these days to see mid laners actually rotate to their safe lane to exert pressure. But it definitely worked out in terms of being able to secure kills. I'm not sure if that is going to. It doesn't really help them secure any objectives other than sort of shutting down the Tidehunter a little bit. And it looks like Vinny's rotated down bottom sort of as he got 6, sort of like what I was thinking to protect the. Wait, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
on top.
gracious. He is way still on top.
Yeah, I want to see that Hellbear Smasher stole those 2 range creeps. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
That's
it's
so brutal, dude.
I lost. What? It's.
I'm sure he still got all the XP of that, but yeah, that's like good money, dude.
Yeah.
Hellbear Smasher, damn. Oh, the arena comes out here from Mars. Tombstone in response from Kobe, trying to heal up this Rubik. Not going to be able to do so.
Damage.
And Tombstone getting taken care of as well with this
That's just how
nearby.
much damage the Mars combo
does.
It's like crazy how much damage that does.
I mean, especially level 6. I mean, a lot of heroes in this game are built around, you know, that level 6 peak timing. As Aaron rotating in here, we're also seeing 2 other rotations. The Tidehunter, Vinny coming in here. He does have Ravage. I don't know if he wants to hit just the Mars here. The Spear coming out, shoves him away. They will get the Banishment on him as well as he drops here. Yeah, Vinny waiting for that kill. They get Captain Coco. That's one. They probably would have liked more for sure, but at the same time, it's okay.
So I was a little bit incorrect in how this was going to play out. Instead of the Death Prophet rotating to bottom and trying to combo with the Mars, he actually rotated top. And Vinny still did end up rotating bottom to try and protect that tower, but their Death Prophet's second exorcism here both being used to put pressure on this mid tower. And this is all giving good space to the Sandy Beach top.
Yeah, and Aaron does dodge that arrow come in, kind of was tucked away and hidden by Ice Shadow. He jumps forward. The Starstorm coming down will fall on Aaron. He goes down. Just level 4 for this Rubik, so you know, before the 10-minute mark, not going to be able to snag any of these juicy spells he wants as the mid tower goes down. Vinny and KU have kind of switched sides. KU gets the bounty rune. The spell shield wears off. He's going to be able to chip away at Anti-Mage. Not going to be able to get a kill there.
Yeah, so this is sort of it's
Arena again. 90 seconds on that, you know, compared to the 150 of Tidehunter's ultimate. But Vinny using the wand here, trying to survive, trying to walk this off. Ice Shadow going for a leap forward to get that attack speed. The shield smash. Vinny will go down in the end. 4 players down here for Dire, though, as Burnsider is continuing to try to find work on the sides. Notorious close to level 6 here on the Rubik.
Yeah, Burnsiders like to do this thing where they're like protecting this tier 1 tower with Vinny when he's had like not an abysmal off lane, but he's had like a, you know, decent trading, I'm doing fine, I'm not dominating kind of game, and they sort of stick him as like this tower defense sort of hero in front of a the tier 1 safe lane. And in this case, I think he was just playing a little bit too far out. He probably still would have died under tier 1 tower, but his team would have been able to respond most likely. So if he just playing a little bit more conservatively, that idea of like, come get me, I'm beneath my tower, and then Burnsider's being able to respond. This is going to pay off a little bit more. But this what are we, minute 11 now? This is the prime time for Dire's sort of goon squad to make space for their anti-mage. Am was not really shut down too much in lane, so now he's just going to be able to keep farming through his jungle, probably over making his way towards a triangle. Well, he probably won't be farming triangle for like 5 minutes, but he's going to have a fairly early Battle Fury. My guess is it's coming out.
Yeah, he rushed that as well. Yeah, no No treads first. I guess he got the gloves of haste, which does just help with that farm speed. The fight looking to break out here mid lane. Banishment has gone down. And the Ravage coming out here, they're just going to be able to blast through the Death Prophet. OD does take a good amount of damage, goes down. The skills of Kobe were on a cooldown, unable to help out with some heals. But
It's so funny how symmetric Dota has become right now.
Right.
If we think about it, both offlaners just used their R buttons, and both mid laners on opposing teams died, but one died. Dying first means it's an asymmetric trade. So it's just kind of cool, I mean, like, the Burnsiders don't get away with complete murder, but they get the edge on the trade. They get the extra inch out of that in terms of that, sort of specific engagement. And while that's happening, both carries are sort of farming different farming patterns, but they're not sort of joining the fights.
And Burnsiders are walking up to high ground. The Dire suspect that they have a ward up there, but just kind of sussed them out. And Arrow coming in here, not going to connect. They're just going to blast through the Ogre Magi. They don't care about him. Mars trying to come in from the back line. He has Arena in 15 seconds. Vinny pinned to the wall nonetheless. The imprisonment will come in kind of late. 20 seconds on the Rubik's respawn timer as Vinny gets chunked down. Up on top lane, KU might be able to get a deny here on the tower when this glyph comes off. He's trying to just, scare off the anti-mage. Does get that deny, which is good money denial. Kobe will take that arrow to the face, but Mirana can't do a whole lot here.
Yes, I'd like to see. I mean, Burnsiders sort of have this problem where they're playing.
Yeah, as the Mars coming in here with this arena. KU gets 3 with it! Chomping through the Mirana and the Mars as well! Oh, God. Indeed, so much pressure on this Death Prophet. It was a stolen arrow by Notorious, snuck through by his teammate. KU shows up to the fight, and this is one of the things that these two drafts, AM can't fight like that. Not right now, and maybe not for a while.
So I have to say, KU played so well. Like, he had popped his God Strength already, and he was, a tier 1 to deny it against the Anti-Mage, and then is able to ask his team, can you please bait them?
Yeah.
How far can you bait them? TP's in and gets a beautiful 3-man Stormhammer, instantly cleaves down the Mirana, and then subsequently the Mars and the Death Prophet. So, like, just, Dire not like, they knew that Sven had popped the God Strength, but it's like one of those things where, well, he popped it so far away. Like, the AM's probably like, God Strength is down. God Strength is down. And his team's like, okay, cool, we feel strong. And then all of a sudden they're like, wait, what did you mean when you said God Strength was down?
Yeah. How long ago did he use it?
Yeah, how long ago and where? Like, they didn't, the extra step of like, oh, he can just TP in on us.
Yeah,
is just like kind of hard to think about in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Still has half the duration of it, just chilling.
It's a long cooldown ability. So Mars is going to push through this bottom lane, and Burnsiders are going to try and take this tier 1 top.
And they almost
they're
have the
behind an objective.
Yeah, they almost have the Ags here on the Outworld Devourer. In fact, he is shipping it out now. That's going to be a helpful item for sure, giving him that second charge on the Astral Imprisonment. And, well, Dire is pushing pretty firmly on that bottom lane. Burnsiders might, I say might, but it does look like they're conceding that bottom lane tower. Not much they can do about it.
Yeah, no, they can't.
Right, yeah. No,
they have the abilities, but, like, it's one of those things where if you defend that tower and you lose, game is very hard.
Yeah, right now they're just less than 1k disadvantage, and KU in the jungle here. We'll see if, like, Vinny, they're very close to just being even with his team. Captain Coco standing by this an Invis rune. He has a blink as well. I'm not sure how much we've really seen that be put into effect.
I don't remember him doing any blink initiations yet.
Yeah, personally.
So we have the Ags up here on OD.
Yeah,
Should be a
Snacks,
nice
Captain
timing
Coco.
for Burnsiders.
Yeah, looks like they kind of want to pressure mid here, but we'll see if they can really kind of form up for it. Look at all
I
these
would
sentries on the bottom lane.
Yeah, I would think that they would have been able to pressure mid lane a little bit more since they saw Dire using the Exorcism. But, yeah, and this is sort of just taking this tier 2 for bottom just really opens up AM's ability to farm the farm even more safely than before. I mean, I don't think this AM is gonna die until he joins a fight and, you know, blinks on a hero that and then gets Sven stunned Sven stunned and cleed. Yeah, like I don't think he's gonna die until something like that happens.
Right. Yeah, it's a possibility, but you know, sometimes in the world of Dota as well, and maybe sometimes more often with heroes like Animage, you can go the whole game, you can not die, and you can lose the game.
Yeah.
You know, because you just get to the point
feels
where,
good, man, because I hate that hero.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's some of the, you know, Dota, you got these heroes that are particular concepts, you know, and I mean, Anti-Mage, a farmer, you know, the ideal farmer, just trying to get big, jumping around the jungle and getting kills, and well,
yeah, man,
you know,
go play a simulator if you want to play that hero. I mean, I don't get it. Like,
yeah.
it's just, you play it, go play a single player game.
Yeah. They have
Gotta
esports
smoke
for
up
that.
here from the Burnsiders.
They have esports for that nowadays, the farming simulator, you know, trying to fill that barn with hay.
Yeah, I don't.
Let's see if they get a wrap here on,
sure.
I mean, most of the smoke is gone, but the Outworld Devourer and Sven still kind of on the high ground. Sven will get spotted out first here. They're just going to walk up on Humble Korean, who's just hanging out, looking at the scenery. I think he couldn't see over here, though. You know, I mean, obviously, like, so standing right there, he got mad cut off.
You know, okay. Yeah.
Aaron does have to go back.
Yeah.
And Burnsiders actually get the Dire Outpost XP. Kevin decides to jump away. Oh, Ice Shadow doesn't get over the wall. The cat awkwardly turns around like, I'm stuck in the corner. Indeed, kitty cat, nowhere to run to.
Put into the grave.
Man, that reminds me of when Outpost just came out, and I would just dive like an idiot for Outpost. Right before the clock, I'd be like, I have to get it. And then it's like, nah, like some fat Pause 1 is just farming in the jungle, and some Pause 5 is just waiting for me, you know? Like, so stupid.
So I think I was watching a scrim and listening to my team play. I think it was against the Burnsiders, but it was my Pause 4 and Pause 5, and they were talking to one another, and it was like 10 seconds before the Outpost was gonna give XP, and they both said they can't kill us both. Let's try and get the Outpost.
Classic.
And lo and behold, they both died and did not get the Outpost. They learned a lesson that day, Jeff. They indeed can't YOLO for Outpost.
Yeah, I mean, they can.
I mean, they can. They can. You can.
Yeah.
So what's going on here? We have Sven still doing a really good job staying above this AM in terms of farm, but you know that's kind of to be expected. But that should cross over here pretty soon. Most of the net worth be on Burnsiders is pretty heavily weighted toward KU, which is, you know, something to think about for this Dire team. You know, they are technically behind, but I don't really think they are. The next highest net worth here on Burnsiders is Vinny, and he picked up a Desolator, which is an interesting pickup here.
Yeah.
It sort of says like I'm not the initiator.
Right.
Like,
Right.
That's not my job. And it also says that he thinks he's a damage dealer, which is very interesting. That I mean, yeah, can do that. I
Okay. KU does actually.
am a little worried. Yeah, go ahead.
He did have something else queued up, an MKB. He actually is still indecisive because he had picked up the point booster and then actually sold it for the same value in the secret shop real quick. Oh, and the arrow.
Oh,
hits him.
arrow!
Unfortunately, the DP is there. She's going to hit him with the soul siphon. A lot of damage. But is just going to be able to get out here. And the silence stolen by the Rubik. That's a nice spell.
That is a nice spell. And what's the second level of Arcade Supremacy give you? 20-something% extra?
Mm-hmm.
26% extra?
Yeah, 24% amplification. Benny, one Anchor Smash just clears this wave. There's the second one. Finish it off.
Yeah, Vinny sort of rightfully understanding that he's got to go. This Soul Ring is just such a good item against Anti-Mage. Like,
oh yeah,
you're gonna not have any mana. You don't really want your mana pool to be very large, but you still need mana. It's like
need to have
perfect item when there's an AM in the game. Yeah, when there's an AM in the game. And the game going a little quiet, which I have to think benefits this AM to some degree.
They're trying to lock him down here. Notorious is here with the Glimmer Cape.
Yeah.
They just do the Blind Ravage into the Lift, into the Stormhammer, and just crunch through him.
Yeah, so just the amount of CC that they have on Burns. Yeah, okay. Instead of blinking in and getting Stormhammered, he just stands still and gets Ravaged. And the whole team is there.
Yeah.
So I would assume that Dire's going to be looking to fight actually in 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Is when
and they actually pick up Humble Korean in mid lane. Top lane being pushed by Matsuri. But they're not really too worried about it. Notorious has the blink from the Anti-Mage, so he's blinking around, trying to get into position here. Blinks forward again into the lift. They're going to gush and put out actually a ton of damage. The Exorcism is popped. Aaron thrown into the wall here. And silenced. We'll see if he can be able to survive this. Unfortunately, he cannot. KU has shown up, though. Arrow just whizzes past his shoulder. Vinny is in a little bit of trouble here. Kind of low on the health. KU, though, is fighting with Kobe at his back. KU has used his BKB. Has his Daedalus. Can they punch through Coco? Coco gets out. And actually, we have Humble Korean humbly returning to the battlefield.
So I don't really like how Dire approached this situation they were in. Their AM dies to a Ravage, and you got to think to yourself, okay, I've got two options. I can either split the map, or we can group up and try and fight, like right when Sven's ulti is down, and just sort of push through one lane and then take a fight. And they tried to like split a wave or two mid and top simultaneously. And they just ended up getting punished, like picked off and punished for it, because they stayed just a little bit too long, and Burnsiders were able to pick up a kill on the Ogre. And then suddenly, you know, even with Exorcism popped, Burnsiders don't, you know, Raid does not care. Like, we're just gonna kill you all now. Like, so I think the state of the game that we're in right now is very Radiant favored, and for Dire to sort of, and what I mean by that is like the game isn't over. That's not what I mean when I say it's Radiant favored. What I mean is just like the team that's going to feel more comfortable on the map is the Radiant team. That's what I mean. Like they feel like they can do what they want to do, where like the other team feels like they're looking for the information so they can do what they want to do or how to respond. So like these waves being pushed into the Dire side, they have to deal with them. Suddenly Radiant's grouping up and they feel strong again to fight. Ravage is back up off cooldown and they're looking for this AM yet again. And Dire are just in this position of like waiting. They're waiting to see what's happening around the map. They're waiting to see where they can be. AM's not feeling safe. He's gonna hide down towards the bottom, and like this is sort of the state that we're in. One team feels comfortable running across the map, accomplishing things like killing the
Ogre Magi,
that's
over and over again.
It's in the mid, and you kind of have to feel like you're on Dire. Like someone has to show, like someone has to be on these lanes and show somewhere, right? Like you can't show no one on any lanes other than an AM, or the map just closes off to you, and you can't do anything.
Yeah, for sure. And KU just taking this Roshan. The arrow does actually connect with the Notorious all the way across, who has Bloodlust. So we got a Bloodlusted Sven with God Strength.
That is
plus 530 damage for a bit there.
That is fucking scary, yeah. Jeff. Right there, yeah.
Yeah, I could do some work. You poke an eye out with that thing.
Poke an eye out. Woo! Some boomer status right there. Some true boomer status right there. Some real, none of this fake. You're like 26 and you're a boomer bullshit.
Talking to 37-year-old boomers, you know.
You're right.
How do you feel about this Yules on the Marana? Speaking of boomers, Malefic Dotes questioning it in the chat.
Yeah, I don't really like Yules. Like, I don't. I feel like.
But he's gonna get silenced thanks to the Mindbreaker here, and then pinned to the wall, taken out. Notorious in a little bit of trouble here as well, doing a lift and just trying to juke him on the side. Then he blinks. Oh, he steals the blink from the AM, blinks over to the tower. He's got the Glimmer Cape. He is out. Notorious. What a slick move.
Yeah, he's got a good head on his shoulders, realizing that the only way he makes it out of this situation is if he can blink out, and the only way he can get blink is if that AM shows up and tries to secure the kill. And
they're trying to get KU, but he actually sees the smoke pop as he shifted over to this side by the secret shop. Oh, and the spear didn't hit either. KU has BKB if he wants it, but considering he has Aegis, he might just let himself get killed here first. Now the Tombstone is down. The arena coming out here, but Mars can't really get at this Tombstone too much. He has to turn around. KU is up here with the God Strength, the BKB. He's trying to find Animage here. Oh, and Animage actually gets locked down there at the end. I'm not sure what it was that stunned him exactly. KU thrown to the wall here. He's going to be in trouble. He goes down. Vinny has shown up. Oh, just gets the Ogre Magi with the Ravage as Notorious gets killed on the side. Just kind of a step off with that Ravage, unfortunately.
Yeah, so the Yulseth are actually doing, sort of eating my words a little bit, doing a little bit of work, good amount of work because of Sven's BKB. Dire doing a good job of kiting Sven's BKB, and then once his BKB duration is down, he just gets thrown up into the air and run arrow. So what level is Sven? Can you click on him for me? Let me see. It's
22.
Here. It's 22. So he doesn't have Ags. He's going to be going Ags next. So actually, I hadn't quite seen that those were his items. So actually, this feels really good pickup for right now, because as soon as this Ags comes out from Sven, it will be nullified. But in the meantime, Rana will be able to kite out the BKB, and then once they do that, they'll be able to throw Sven in the air. As soon as this Ags comes out, which, you know, the game is not going to end before then, so, you know, it will come out.
Yeah, likely. I mean, he has gone for that Daedalus first. The Ags on Sven, certainly a really popular item because you get great results with it. But going a little
I have
bit
to imagine
this.
I have to imagine this AM is actually thinking about a butterfly more than he's thought about a butterfly in this patch ever. You know, I mean, he's going this abyssal, but you know, in the back of his mind, he's like, man, I know this is a shit item, but God, is this like the one game that I get this item? Is it this one? I don't know.
Fingers crossed.
Do I deviate?
We do have a couple ags coming out here. Ags on the way in long term from both Ogre Magi and Death Prophet. I'm a fan of the Ogre Magi one.
The Ogre I actually hate the Ogre Magi.
I like it with Soul Ring. I mean, Soul Ring's like a little excessive on him, but then if you have it with Soul Ring, then you can do some pretty stupid combos. But
yeah, I actually think that his money is better spent on a Blink Dagger this game.
Yeah. Or a Dagon.
I can't help but
or a
thinking-
Dagon.
I don't know. that would be a grief. That would be griefing. I would like to see a Blink. I know it's not piecemeal like some of these items are. The Sven is.
Yeah, I mean,
I think they know what's going on here.
I think Ogre did, and I think now they maybe sus to it, but
Yeah, they had this sentry ward on this cliff here, so they are a little wise to that.
yeah. So well played by the Burnsiders to avoid that bit of danger. Humble Korean just hanging out in the trees. See if he's just soaking XP or if we'll TP to rotate.
So now the game is sort of, I would say, more in a 50-50 state, leaning a little bit towards Dire right now in terms of advantage. Burnsiders sort of looking to get their next item out on Sven and their cores before. I mean, I wouldn't say they're not going to take a fight next item. They're certainly thinking that before they want to take a 5v5 engagement, they're thinking, do we need this axe? Do we just need our abilities? Can we go with our abilities? Okay, never mind. We have our abilities. We're gonna go press R. Let's go press R, team. Let's do it.
Yeah. Get that push on, you know?
Oh man. In case people didn't know, this is your public service announcement. The little green gems in the top of the hero plates, the bottom of the hero plates, but the top of your screen, means your team's ulti's up. Don't know how many people I know have been playing this game for like 10 years and they didn't know that.
Man, Humble Korean with his haste rune just wasting the Burnsiders' time. Tons of dodges.
This chicken is breaking some ankles, man.
I think in some sense though, he sort of like revealed the rune up there. Let's see if they deward it. Maybe not.
Yeah, it may have revealed the position of a ward in the meantime, but certainly this ogre wasting a ton.
Yeah. Gotta be happy about that.
I don't even know if the Burnsiders know what hero it was they were ultimately chasing. I don't even know if they knew that it was the ogre. They may have thought it was the AM that broke their smoke, and they still wanted to get the kill.
35-minute runes coming out here, and the Hellraisins will get the right side of the map. Looking to kind of poke up here. They don't quite get everybody with the smoke, so they'll pop another one.
That's okay. That's a very, very scarce resource. Uh-oh. Vinny Sol.
Yeah.
How you
Oh,
doing?
God, and then that 4-man smoke. Yeah, Mars briefly exposed there as the smoke went off and the Moonlight Shadow hadn't landed yet. The BKB on the Mars does make things difficult for Notorious. He has sneaked his way out, though.
Okay, you're in a lot of trouble.
He goes down. I wonder if he can possibly buy back here to help with this fight. He doesn't have God Strength, though, yeah. So sort of pointless. Aaron getting crushed in this fight. There goes the Tidehunter as well. Or is that not the Tidehunter, the Undying? Oh, well. Yeah, Keva trying to get in here. Notorious jumps forward to help protect his Tidehunter friend, though.
Yeah, Roche going to be spawning very soon here, it looks like, in the next 10 seconds or so.
Yeah.
And I have to think, like, what's going through your mind is you see all these heroes and you're like, I'm going to hit a 4-man Ravage. Hell yeah. But your team's just not set up. They're just not quite there.
Yeah.
And then KU gets isolated on the back going
Yeah, on the
for.
right side.
I couldn't tell quite who he was going for, but he was isolated by 3 heroes.
Yeah, there goes the Notorious. The control coming in here from this Mars, extremely strong. That's why you're seeing it quite a bit here. 30 seconds on the Sven respawn.
That might just be game, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, I think
that's
so.
game.
You know, certainly one of those things. It is a BO3. Seems like it's close to it. Vinny's going to buy back here to try to contest here. If he can stall out until the OD gets here, then maybe they can stall out for the Sven, and then maybe he can buy back after a fight. A lot of the maybes, but they do have a repair kit here. Sven actually does buy back now. Running forward here, we'll just find Humble Korean, though. And he does have a BKB thrown to the wall, though. He needs to get that BKB off. He's astrally imprisoned here. As he comes out, though, the God Strength, the Morbid Mass, he's still going to be in trouble, though. Can't life steal his way out of that one. 117 seconds on the Sven timer is going to call the GGs.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate you take this fight sort of on your side of the map. I mean, and you have to get something out of it. They lose their Sven, and their Ravage is expended, and all their long cooldowns are expended, and no one's dead. So Hellraisen's really jumping on the really understanding that there's no better time to end this game than right now. And I have to think like this because of the nature of how this game ended. This AM carry could have been like almost any carry because of the nature of how it ended. Like,
right.
It's just sort of Hellraisen's understanding that when these large cooldowns are committed, that they need to get something out of them.
Yeah, and that was definitely something that we could kind of see with that sharp contrast that you sort of pointed out between the Tidehunter and the Mars. You know, because basically, you know, the Mars, the cooldown of his ultimate, 90 seconds versus the 150, I believe it was, for Tidehunter's Ravage. So that right there, if you're just talking about like toe-to-toe and you have these power ultimates that you're playing around and you're going toe-to-toe and you're going toe-to-toe, then, well, the faster cooldown ultimate, is going to have a better edge to things. So, waiting for the second lobby here. I'm going to go to a holding screen real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. We'll be back with some more Dota. Don't go anywhere.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another musical edition of the Portland Burnsiders, featuring our special guest, Moxie.
Play all day, frag all day, lose no way, win all day, vibe all day, chill all day, lose no way, win all day.
Burnsiders 2020, still out here chasing dough, stuck inside COVID dough. You say hi, I say yo, pushing through shutter doors, making plays you fucking know. Sixes, no 4v4, spitting phrases, making rhymes, rhythms in my mind, making dinner for game time, cooking Moxie. You killed it, just like always. One of these days, you're gonna be casting and you're gonna be like, oh shit, it's the Burnsiders. Till then, I'm eXtine. See you next time.
Radiant's turn to back.
Yow! What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another musical edition of the Portland Burnsiders, featuring our special guest, Moxie.
Play all day frag.
Should have seen that one coming. Radiant's turn to pick. Mars!
Yow! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to our draft. We are getting ready to go here with Game 2 of the AD2L Upper Bracket Finals. Hellraisins versus Portland Burnsiders. Hellraisins did take Game 1. I'm your host, eXtine, and I am joined by Try Your Best manager, Steven the Cat. How you doing, Zach?
Dude, doing well. Just gave my dog a little exercise upstairs, running around a little bit, get my heart rate up.
Nice.
Get pumped up for this game too.
Yeah.
And what do I see? What do I see for the first two bands out of Hellraisins? 2 position 5 heroes that enable carries in minutes 0 through sometimes the entire game because of how their ultis and their skills work. So, Omni Oracle gone.
Yeah.
I like these bands from Hellraisins. I believe these two heroes have been what has carried Burnsiders through the majority of their matches lately.
Yeah, certainly Kobe plays a lot of Oracle. That's how it's ended up for the Burnsiders. The Undying one that, has been in that trio for him. Basically, it was Undying or Oracle, and, maybe used to get some Undying bans against us. The Grimstoke, certainly an interesting pickup, something that we don't really see often. I think the Rubik is sort of smart just in the sense of like, okay, well, if they're going to have Grimstroke, then they're going to have some targeted spells that they're going to be throwing out there to combo with that Grimstroke ultimate. So might as well throw out Rubik.
This is real rough. Okay, so I'm not sure how aware some folks are, but as someone who spams Mars will tell you, Grimstroke Jug is a nightmare for this hero. It is a nightmare. The amount of kill threat this lane has is incredible. I mean, the one thing Grimstroke, you don't see a ton of play out of Grimstroke lately in general. I'm not saying that the hero is broken. I'm just saying that this lane combination right here has a ton of kill threat. It doesn't enable, I would say it doesn't really enable Juggernaut sort of later on in the game, like to a terrible degree. Like it does somewhat, don't get me wrong, but it's sort of minute level 1 kill threat is it's probably some of the highest in the game. I think it's probably even more than sort of even like Lich, CM, some of these other 5 position heroes. I mean, it's not that we see Lich very often, or even CM very often. Where did that hero go?
Really digging deep.
Yeah, I think you'll see. Okay, yeah, bands like TB. You'll probably see a PA band come out of Hellraisins as well, another popular 1 position hero, and sort of a mirroring effect here in the draft. So Hellraisins banning carries and mids, and Portland Burnsiders banning off-lane heroes and maybe a mid lane hero that they don't want to face up against. In this case, they've actually banned sort of 3 flex. I mean, Earth Spirit's not really a flex hero, but not unless you're like someone who can play it mid. But it's not true flex. I think this Lina and his Void Spirit are more akin to good flex picks. You don't. I guess you wouldn't really pick up this this sort of later on in the draft, but you could. I like this Spectre ban. Just more cores, for more cores out of the pool, sort of painting Burnsiders into the carry corner that they can choose from.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have to I would think that this would be a PA ban. Maybe it could be. Okay, it could just be this fan. I think that if you're Burnsiders, you're probably fine with this Fen. So Tiny, 4-position Tiny, probably pretty good against. Pretty good at bullying quite a few heroes. I think what Hellraisins are missing is sort of, or not that they have to do this, but they're sort of missing something that enables their carry hero like later on. They're also missing sort of gap close. You know, depending on when this sort of non-blink dagger gap close. They have. I mean, you don't see this Grimstroke picked up all that often, but I'm pretty excited to see how they make it work, you know, past the laning phase.
Yeah, going into the late game and to close things out. You think that will be, pause 5 with the Tiny 4? No.
I believe so. Yeah. Unless they've got some sort of like crazy flex with this Grimstroke. It's just
mid and something else crazy.
But like on the same token though, this Mars doesn't have to go in the offlane. I was saying it earlier, like this hero can go in a lot of different places. Like, ooh, Clockwork. It's a pretty good hero against Tiny and Grimstroke.
Yeah, this then is an interesting spin on the draft as well. You know, Clockwork and Rubik, both notorious heroes. You know, so you kind of got to switch that up in some way. Does that mean that this is a pause 5 Clockwork? Which would certainly be interesting.
I think it could be a pause 5 Clockwork in this case because you have the Tiny and it's pretty good at mirroring Tiny and giving you options for your carry. Not that Hellraisins have left you with a ton of options. Of heroes that are fine being alone. They're fine being solo, and their 5-position quote unquote can sort of leave them alone to rotate mid more freely, you know. Which will, if you pay attention to players like PPD and SVG and some of these other 5-position players, oh wow, okay, Bloodseeker pick. So, Bolton Burnsiders need a hero that doesn't care about Yules, builds something against silence, and then if it has a blink, its blink range is far enough to not be affected by or basically just it has to be a character that doesn't care about rupture as much. So, man, I don't know if they play Morphling, but thus far, this seems like it could be a decent Morphling game.
Yeah, I don't think PA really would do enough, like what you're saying.
I think it's still a PA game. I think it's still a PA game. Like, I'm a little worried about, I would think, around the 8-minute mark. I'm really worried for this PA because there's so much, like, Hellraisins have a lot of damage with this tiny Bloodseeker.
Yeah, certainly a lot of burst, as well as like that control from Grimstroke with Inkswell. You could have that potential double rupture. I like the PA though, because certainly my favorite answer to the Bloodseeker is to just turn around and punch the Bloodseeker in the face. You know, especially as Elder Titan with an Echo Saber, perhaps. You know, they might not see it coming, and so something like all of a sudden the crit PA just like jumps at you and kills you real quick. And Bloodseeker's like, oh, I thought they were ruptured. And it's like, well, yeah, but they just walked over and killed you. Same thing with the Mars. You know, he doesn't really mind standing still to a certain degree. So.
Yeah, no, he doesn't really mind standing still, but he is susceptible a little bit more to this magic burst. And so, you know, Portland Burnside is banning out this Storm Spirit. So what they're sort of keying in on is the co-op. They're keying in on this sort of non-blink initiation out of a mid laner, and like there's non-blink initiation. They've essentially banned 4 heroes that have non-blink initiation: Void Spirit, Earth Spirit, Co-op, and Storm Spirit. I'm wondering, because they don't have last pick, if they're gonna pick up either Ember, or they're gonna pick up. They could pick up OD again. I think OD looks pretty strong here against both Juggernaut and Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have faith in a BO3 if like you lose game 1 and game 2 comes around and you're like, like we've kind of gotten drafted into a corner here. As,
they might have been
dragged, and
okay, this is the third hero.
So,
This is the third hero I was thinking of, because they're missing tower. They're missing tower pressure. I wish I'd, part of my brain was like, cut Jeff off and just say Death Prophet really fast, so it's on record.
right. Sometimes you gotta get out there, right?
Yeah. So that was the other thing I was thinking. Burnsiders were lacking, and actually Hell Raisins are also lacking it. They're also lacking tower pressure to a degree. Their wave clear is pretty strong through Bloodseeker, and Grimstroke's. I would call him like 0.7% of a wave clear hero. Like, your Q is, yes, it's good at clearing waves, but you kind of have to expend a lot both in your build and your time for you to be clearing waves, but taking both the golden XP. I mean, certainly you can, kill a creep wave to have HP and then run away if you're, that kind of thing. But yeah, I think this is a Clockwork 5, Rubik.
Yeah, definitely.
Rubik 4, Mars 3. The sort of roles have all been. The cards are on the table here for what they're showing. And I could see Hellraisins picking up like Viper. I could see them picking. Oh, Leshrac. Okay, this is the other. This is so much more obvious than a Viper, to be honest.
Yeah.
This is just such an amazing hero, man. This hero is so broken.
Yeah,
this hero is just
the
so
wave push
broken.
is pretty nutty. Oh, look at that jug.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have this jug set. It looks so cool, man.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Well, hero picks are underway. We'll get started in just a second here. League of Legends on the Clockwork, Notorious, Rubik, Vinny Sal on Mars, Death Prophet played by Aaron, KU playing Phantom Assassin. Over on the other side, Humble Korean playing the Grimstroke Ice Shadow on Tiny. And then we're going to have Captain Coco playing Bloodseeker, Masudi on the Leshrac, and Keva playing Juggernaut.
So I'm really worried about this Mars Rubik versus Grimstroke Juggernaut lane. I'm just straight up worried that this Mars is going to get so mega dumpstered in lane that it's going to have no game. And then my other worries come down to this Leshrac Death Prophet matchup. Aaron hasn't really been dominating his lane, dominating from the mid lane as much. There's been like a little bit of like the enemy mid laner getting just like a little bit of an edge and getting their early rotations out before him. So I'm then sort of worried about this Leshrac rotating here, probably towards his off lane, towards this Bloodseeker Tiny, or even towards this Bloodseeker Tiny, and just and PA just sort of being caught trying to farm in lane, or even in the jungle camp, like just south of it, and Leshrac sort of rolling over through that way. I mean, if that happens, I would have to think that what Hellraisins don't have in that scenario is, the only person that can really does a good job of defending towers, I think, at this point on their team, is Bloodseeker. So mid, Aaron maybe pop Exorcism for this mid tower when Leshrac rotates. Sort of depends on how. It's really going to depend on how close this matchup is. So let's see here.
Yeah, and Aaron's poking over there. Notorious is got his eyes just lurking around. 4 kind of on the bottom side. KU give him that lane, that bounty up.
National spirit lives in us all.
2 for 2 rune split. And yep, nothing crazy as we're getting underway here. Aaron, though, with the more optimal creep block. Look at that, all the way back at his ramp.
Yeah. Ooh. Throw up the CS, the last hits, and the denies here.
Oh, yeah. The only stats that matter in the early game as League of Legends, aka Kobe, coming in from the side with that battery assault. Doesn't get much done though.
Yeah, I have to wonder if this Tiny is gonna drag the next wave here or not. Nope, never mind. It's a little bit late for him to do that. Ooh, goodness gracious, Clockwork taking a lot of heat with the Blood Right and toss from Tiny.
Right.
Meanwhile, bottom looks like we had spin expended from Keva. Keva?
I don't know. I was saying Keva last time.
Keva. Actually, I don't know. Whatever. It's a proper now. I don't know. Could be anything.
Could be anything, really.
Could be anything. Yeah. Dude, Notorious is just it's just right clicking him every single chance.
Very nice harass from him.
Very aggressive.
Good side pull working out here for Vinny. Close to early game here. Kind of slow.
And nice spear. Vinny looking to be in a lot of trouble here.
Yeah, there's that Inkswell combo that we were expecting. The spin, oh, then he will get shoved back, but I mean, he's still just very much in trouble.
I mean, you gotta. You just have to go back to base. Like, oh, okay. He's Notorious. Notorious already has a salve for him, like a good buddy.
Good support.
But you can sort of see this Bloodseeker is just on top for the amount of CS. Just this, what this
for you right now.
Blood Right gives you as a way to secure CS in your lane. But a Phantom Assassin shouldn't really mind too much with these creeps under her tower. You know, like she's happy.
Right.
Like I'm getting CS, it's fine. You're not gonna dive me under my tower yet. You're gonna dive me like, maybe 5 minutes if the lane is going terribly, and then probably another time at like 8 minutes.
Korean in some trouble here. Vinny will just punch him down, gets that first blood, 300 gold in his favor.
That is a huge loss for Hell Raisins, losing first blood in this off lane to Vinny. This is literally the last person you want to give first blood to. Usually it would be your mid laner, but in lanes where you have high kill potential and you give up first blood to a hero that can't really step up.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you want to kill. Suddenly he's gonna have boots, and keep on the Juggernaut's not gonna have boots, and your kill threat, like what this lane is supposed to accomplish, just sort of is massively diminished.
Yeah, he's got tangos and those boots coming out. And if he can get that speed advantage over the Juggernaut, it's still 100 gold away, and a full courier run from his own boots.
Yeah, mid lane going pretty evenly here. It looks like maybe like slightly. Oh yeah, unfortunate. Wow, just the last rune you want to see, and Aaron might be in a little bit of trouble here. Nope. Okay. He's
yeah.
just sort of scuttles away here.
He does see that regen rune though on the yellow track, and that's certainly unfortunate for the Burnsiders.
Yeah, it's one of the last runes you want to see given up freely, and it's sort of the nature of like Notorious not being able to rotate out of bottom to secure. Like, I mean, the rune was top, so even if he did rotate, you know, wouldn't have helped. But like, it's just one of those things that you typically depend on as a mid laner, is your fort position being able to leave around 3 minutes and 30 seconds to
Right.
3 minutes and 40 seconds or so.
Dire structures are fortified.
And Kobe will be able to get that bounty rune.
Burnsider's doing a good job of leaving both these runes for Aaron. I mean, he sort of misses 1, 2,
Yeah.
he might even miss even 3 creeps for it, but he
Getting that regen, pretty important.
yeah. Vinny should be faring himself some mana here coming soon. So he has some kill threat.
Captain Coco in the top lane trying to put some damage on Kobe here. Will actually get thrown to him a little bit under tower. We'll put that down. That blood right does get that kill on him. And KU also loses the courier, which would have given him treads, which is certainly nice.
I would like to see I would actually like to see this Clockwork, you know, if I may put it so crudely, fuck off from top and not come back here for a little bit.
Yeah.
And possibly like stack in his jungle a little, like stack in some other parts of the map. It looks like they're opting to do something a little bit different, which is actually gank this lane, bring Notorious up here and kill this Tiny. Pretty nice pickup. In the meantime, though, Vinny is going to probably go down for the... Yeah, and he goes down immediately. First set of rotations
Aaron's,
popping off here.
shown up here, but unfortunately he's just out of range of that healing ward. And trying to just punch his way through. But he does! The healing ward doesn't matter. Oh, and he might get the kill on Humble Korean here. The healing ward gets away, which is 100 gold. Gonna hide and cry in the forest. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I want to talk about just sort of cascading series of events and players understanding what and where they have to be efficiently. Because Clockwork TP's top and Notorious, they want it. They're like, guys, we want to kill someone in this top lane. Notorious TP's up there. They get this kill on the Tiny. Vinny gets dove simultaneously because the... Oh, hold on. I'll wait 1 second. Unfortunately, KU gets gone on and killed from this first rupture and killed. There's really nothing he can do about it.
Yeah.
Until he can feel safe to retreat back. But so simultaneously, Vinny gets dove. Aaron TPs, secures the kill, and the sort of tail end of those cascading events that's really nice to see is Notorious immediately books it to mid lane to nuke down the creep wave so that Leshrac can't quite push down the tower in that meantime. So it's like these series of events are really tight. And all interrelated. It's very tight work from both these teams, and how the information that they're taking in and what they're choosing to do with that information.
Yeah, and Burnsiders took that bottom lane. In the meantime, those players had then rotated into mid lane. Our own tower in trouble here. But 2 players, Notorious and Kobe, rotating over to that tower. They don't glyph it or anything, though.
Yeah, the stacks that have been set up here, it looks like Aaron's going to have to take them before... Oh, wow. He's getting some nice money here for Tiny before he dies.
Hey, easy,
KU getting some much-needed return gold on that kill, though.
Mm-hmm. He is going for the Battle Fury on the Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, I would think so. Even though the laning phase did not really go that great for Burnsiders. Sort of mid lane trading, but the nicest thing for Burnsiders is they were able to take this bottom tier 1 out with with Death Prophet's Exorcism. Unfortunately, Vinny, though, just getting 9 minutes in, so he's a little bit behind here, this Bloodseeker, who's 2 levels above him at level 8.5. And this is just sort of the nature of like how they drafted this Mars hero first, and then it gets countered by a high kill threat safe lane combo.
And the Exorcism, yeah, the Exorcism is ready here. Radiant definitely have a couple people lurking around mid lane as well, kind of looking for an engagement. Burnsetter's kind of just protecting KU, but I think they want to use this arena here from the Mars. And they will see the players in the river. A player thrown in towards Notorious. Notorious can't grab that double damage, and it does go on the Lestrak. The fight underway here. The wall gets a kill on Tiny right away. There goes the Lestrak as well. Vinny and Aaron surviving because there's no more magic damage coming out. Well, there is the ink blot. Oh, the jug goes up top here. Aaron, can he get away? No, he cannot. As well, now here comes the Soul Bind. Does do a good amount of damage, but the cogs onto the Juggernaut. Juggernaut goes down. Now KU coming into the fight to late maybe clean up. He will get hit by that Blood Right and a TP in from Ice Shadow. But Burnside is pretty happy with this madness.
Those bounces from the Juggernaut were hilarious.
Pretty on point.
Oh my gosh. Just a series of events so unfortunate for Aaron. And so very fortunate for this Juggernaut. I think this Leshrac thinks he's a little bit further ahead than he really is, because he sort of went in there like he was unkillable and quickly figured out how killable he really was.
I don't know if I love the Boots of Travel as the item after that assessment from you. Here comes the hook onto the Tiny and the cogs. Tiny will kind of be stuck in there getting hit by the tower. Vinny with that smash as well. Aaron should be able to dodge the Blood Right, as does Vinny, but Bloodseeker running in here with that Grimstroke Ink Blot. The Rupture running out on Aaron. He will sneak into the trees here. Silence, though. Can he get through the wall? No, he cannot. Juggernaut getting that kill there. KU lurking on the side here. Notorious had dropped a Blood Right down. That was his Blood Right. He hits 3 with that on the Silence. Notorious also with that Fade Bolt. They're looking to bring down the Juggernaut. They do. He's died once again. Bloodseeker on the turnaround here. He can't kill Vinny yet. It's Grimstroke who does. Matsuri has gotten the kill on Kobe. There's the Soulbind again. Rubik trying to walk out. KU and him are able to do the three-legged race and get out of there. Tied at the hip, they escape.
Yeah. Boy, KU just having to join these fights and probably not really wanting to, not dying though, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's really been stalling out Aaron's ability to scale in this game. Actually, both mid laners having a little bit trouble scaling. We have this Boots of Travel pickup here from this Leshrac. This is a pretty common item from Leshracs. I don't know how common it is first item, though.
Wow, great plays here by Kobe as he hooks in towards the creep wave and then gets that cogs locked down with KU at his back. That's an easy cleanup kill for the finish. He's going to stack that camp, too, for his carry here. Beautiful stuff.
I have to wonder why this Tiny is actually pushed up this far here into the dead lane. I can't help but think that is the danger zone.
Yeah, for sure. Somewhere you do not really want to be. Right now, Hell Raisins are trying to rotate 3 into this lower triangle of the Radiant Jungle.
Good amount of stacks here being cleared for Aaron so he can catch up.
KU jumps over to Kobe. Kobe does have a hook shot available to him. And Juggernaut, getting attacked with this Soul Siphon. He's going to have to TV out. Oh, can he get it? One more? Oh, wow. Aaron sort of looks for that healing ward. Can't find it. It's nice cash, but whatever. I don't know. Juggernaut, completely blasted there.
Oh, hook in here from onto the Grimstroke. He is most likely dead.
Yeah, PA going down though on the side because as the clockwork went out, the Invis Lestrak went in. So KU getting a Delta a death.
Yeah, that's a 400 gold here to this Lestrak, who's when he gets this BKB, a lot of his problem go away when he gets this BKB. He doesn't have to worry about damage from Mars, basically. He doesn't have to worry about damage from Rubik. Doesn't have to worry about clockwork damage. I mean, he can get hooked, obviously. I mean, he basically just has to worry about when PA gets another item plus BKB and Death Prophet. He's like isolated with Death Prophet Exorcism, so that should be coming out pretty soon. Juggernaut really not going like a flash farming build. He's going more sort of more fighting oriented. I suppose this sort of Mask of Madness Manta build. He's got plenty of people on his team who will clear ways for him, so he never has to show. We have a go here on the clockwork.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was maybe going to hook shot to try to get out of that blood right, but he got ruptured as well. Oh, the soul bind coming in on the Death Prophet and PA. Pretty much your ideal targets there. The Mars trying to turn around and assist here. There are some Spirit Siphons available for this. Death Prophet is closing in on Lestrak. Does get that kill. It's 448 gold. Going to the Death Prophet. Now they're jumping in on Juggernaut, who is silenced here. Bloodseeker trying to turn in here. That Bloodright does do a lot of work, but Aaron, fearless, running forward. Coco running for the hills here. Might be able to escape. Oh, okay, you wanted to jump forward and get that dagger on him. Unable to do so. People get out. Grimstroke drawing on the map furiously.
I wonder if... Okay, here's some like 5-head shit, and I kind of want to ask Notorious if he changed his cosmetics on Rubik this game because Bloodseeker was in the game. Because if you notice, when he steals Bloodright, I cannot tell if it's his or if it's the Bloodseeker's. I straight up don't know. And like I can only infer based on its positioning, and that's about it. Because I'm pretty certain he has the Arcana cosmetic, and it would show as green.
Yeah, and I mean he is wearing a full set that's just like a set, you know. So yeah, that might be something that if you're digging into the depths of your Rubik, you know.
I kind of wonder actually. Yeah, I kind of wonder because that's really hard to deal with.
I mean, yeah, Dota in some sense is a pay to lose game. As you buy some of these fancy things, and you know, your Rubik spell steals look green instead of the normal color, you know, and that's one for sure. Where you know, he got that 3-person silence.
Take my money and my MMR, Gaben. Take my money and my MMR.
They got me back on that Dota Plus, but for a bit there, I was like, wait, I cannot pay for this and hide my master status, you know, like. That was an easy cancel for me, but you know Valve's been putting in some work, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Game quieting up here a little bit. I have to think that a quiet game is one that clearly benefits the Burnsiders. Like.
Right now for sure, and I mean I think PA out carries. I mean Death Prophet doesn't necessarily out carry. The Lestrak, but I mean, if both teams' games are going a little bit better and your carry has a little bit of an edge, then you know those mid players are going to vibe off that. You know.
Yeah, this bottom lane was supposed to do way better than it did for Hellraisins. If you look at the difference in net worth here, we've got like a 3K difference in net worth between Juggernaut and a 3K. 3K. Think about that. Think about what that 3,000 gold is buying you between this year.
That's quite a bit of difference for sure.
That's 75% of a BKB. So I have to think that that's going to become a factor here within this next item power spike. Yeah, we have a BKB. No, we have the Deso being flown out, and then a BKB is
Aaron shows up and gets the healing ward up top, but Notorious going down in the jungle here. Aaron hit with the rupture, but has turned around here. And also the hookshot on top of this Leshrac. He has maybe Leshrac'd himself into the corner. Juggernaut moving forward here. The Soulbind on Clockwork and Mars. They're in trouble, especially with this Jug ultimate coming out. He is cleaning up. KU fleeing, trying to. Oh, he does juke and then hits the creep under tower. Smooth move, but we'll still have to keep moving his way through the trees here. Clockwork buying it. Oh, he's gonna jump out. He just blows up Ice Shadow. The rocket from Clockwork. Now Notorious is here as well. KU jumps forward. They got two. What a glorious dagger and jump forward from the trees from KU.
And I honestly think that's like the best case scenario for L reasons this game. Like that's literally the best case scenario right there. Is they got a buyback from their Clockwork. They were able to get 2 cores, and it kind of starts off with Vinny completely whiffing a spear that I wasn't really sure.
He got like ambushed, you know. So I think
he was a little caught off guard there.
Yeah.
I think, but. Rightly and aptly said, Jeff, this Leshrac got Leshracked very hard by the arena.
yeah, the Clockwork coming in there and hooking him on the side of that, you know, didn't help out.
He has his BKB now, so he's going to feel a lot better in these fights, but I feel like he should be a little bit further ahead. Well, we all feel like we should be a little bit more ahead than we are. Who am I kidding, right? You know?
Right, I hear
I should be sitting on a fucking toilet made of gold right now, Jeff. That's where I should be in life.
Vinny getting that blink dagger, so at least he's progressing a bit. Burnsetter's getting the high ground here. Oh, the hookshot just barely misses. The Grimstroke is caught off on the side here. It's going to go down. The Tiny's over there as well. Clockwork and Rubik will both make space as well as just lock down the Bloodseeker. So when you're talking about best case scenarios, a gank that you're like, oh, I guess we could kill that Grimstroke and the Tiny and the Bloodseeker.
They need to go straight to Roche.
Yeah.
They need to go straight to Roche.
They're
Get into this
out.
Roche bit. Do it.
Get in there.
Get it. Get in there.
And yeah, that's disappearing quickly as KU has made space for it. Building up to a BKB himself. Rest of Burnsider's pushing forward a bit here. That was the Notorious Bloodright as he picks up and lifts down that Juggernaut who gets blasted down. KU.
He came in way too late here on Leshrac. He's going to die to this. Could die to this PA.
Yeah, the dagger just pushing in here. They might leave. Oh, Vinny jumps forward and gets him. Beautiful plays. And wow, they get another one on Ice Shadow. And certainly the Burnsiders pass the tier 2 tower with the tier 1 still standing. Who needs a creep wave?
Backdoor this tier 1. Remember, kids, you can backdoor T1s. You don't need to go kill the creep wave. It's just easy. Just do that. It's right there.
Just kill the tower.
Just kill it. Just kill it.
Just kill the tower. Yeah, well played.
Burnsiders.
Yeah. Looking strong.
Just looking good. This is sort of how. I mean, I just gotta keep coming back. I truly expected this bottom combination from Grimstroke and Juggernaut to do better than it did. I mean, it got a few kills onto Vinny, but this Juggernaut has not scaled at all. He still doesn't even have a Manta, Jeff.
No.
It's 23 minutes into the game. He doesn't. He has 8,300 gold. Before I said he was 3K gold behind. He's 6K gold behind now.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, the thing about the boots.
7K.
The thing about the boots of travel of Shrek is that, I mean, it just. You know, he's sort of like Skywrath Mage, needs a lot of mana, you know, jumping between lanes, wave pushing.
This is a play from ahead build.
But it's a play from ahead build. Exactly.
But he's not ahead.
Yeah.
He's not ahead.
He needed to be able to get into some fights and contribute. And then also, the Juggernaut didn't really get anything. And, I mean, Bloodseeker's trying to build Greaves, but that's not really going to help you win fights. You know, compared to what you might want out of the Bloodseeker of just more damage, more burst, you know. Even just Blade Mail to just be obnoxious and force KU or Aaron to be kind of more careful about their targets.
And I have to think that some of this is coming down.
Wow, yeah, so they're just going to kill the Tiny. Kobe can't hit the hook shot, but they had 2 of their supports not even with them as Keva's TP home got canceled by the Notorious Rubik on the back line. So the supports weren't there to start from the Burnsiders, but KU's still fighting, still has this Aegis as well. The barracks are going to go down, as does the first slice of KU. The Yule's in the air, Juggernaut ult wasted. Oh, and Notorious, oh no, okay, he stole a Blade Fury there. I thought he had the timing as his Rubik, usually quite great.
You know, it's funny.
Kind of backing up now. Big silence. Vinny trying to help out, save Notorious. Notorious going into the trees here. Still gets spotted, but at the same time, Coco and Keva kind of trapped in the trees themselves. Beautiful cogs. Forces the Juggernaut to rotate. He wants to get that kill on the Bloodseeker. They're ignoring the Tiny on the back lines, killing Coco. No mercy, no pity from the Rose City, as they say.
So, it's kind of, I mean, like, what can you say? You are just getting ran at. The assault from this PA is relentless right now.
Yeah.
She's like 2 items ahead, basically, of everyone. And Hellraisins to come back in this game, I mean, I don't... Alright, you know what? Nah, I'll just stake my reputation on it right now. Okay, what needs to happen? What needs to happen? Basically, Burnsiders need to be split up in some way. Hellraisins need to find a way to split the Burnsiders up, split them across the map. They have limited ways to do that now with one lane of racks being pushed down, but it's not impossible. So, what that means to me and what I think is someone has to literally, before they actually even get to this tier 2 tower, which they already have, is run their body all the way down and push this out, such that they have some breathing room for when it pushes back in for this next fight.
Yeah, and well, Aaron using this Exorcism ultimate, the Bloodright coming out here and, you know, missing, but kind of creating a little bit of space here. Other waves are definitely pushing. League of Legends walking over. Actually, just trying to find that angle for a hook shot here. The rocket coming in here. The hook shot does go all the way to the back. He gets 2 in the back lines, Kevin and Grimstroke. As, well, Ice Shadow already down. He buys back. Kobe with the jukes trying to sneak away from Keva here. Can only get so far here. Vinny getting thrown up in the air here. Might be in a little bit of trouble here. Notorious and Aaron kind of on the back line. And, well, KU has also kind of just backed up out of the scene.
They needed this hold so badly on Hellraisins.
Yeah.
They needed this hold so badly. They only expended 1 buyback for that, and they got 2 kills, I believe.
Yeah, the Vinny and Clockwork.
And
not a ton of objectives taken either, right? So.
Yeah, they got Vinny's mega kill streak on arguably on the most important hero that needs to get this gold, which is this Leshrac. So that was a really good hold from the Hellraisins. I think at this point the game is gonna slow down for the next minute, 60 seconds or so, until this exorcism, until these abilities come back off cooldown. Thus far this game, I don't really feel like Coup de Grace has gone on cooldown. I feel like he's been pressing R the whole game.
Right.
As he has been critting a lot. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh.
Yeah.
You can't TP, Jeff.
No, there's 3 players here. The PKP from KU looking for the kill on Kava. Kava, though, Keva jumping around, though, jumps forward. With that ultimate, now the Clockwork hook from long range. Matsuri just getting exploded by both Vinny and KU. Grimstroke going to go down as well. They're in some serious trouble here. GG, well played, called out from Humble Korean. They've seen enough of game 2. We're going to move on to game 3. Classic. I mean, you know,
The classic, we defended high ground. Guess what, guys? We can leave our base. Just kidding. We lost the game.
Yeah.
Psych.
And I mean, that was going to be a tough one because, you know, at that point, their Lesh and their Jug, 30 seconds, and Burnsiders are going to push, take objectives, and then back up and take Roshan, which is going to respawn in 2 minutes. So, I mean, definitely, you know, looking highly inevitable, basically. So
It's very interesting. 10 minutes into this game, this Juggernaut and the PA, they're only separated by 200 gold. The next 10 minutes, they're separated by 3,000 gold. And 5 minutes after that, they're separated by 8,000 gold. So this sort of exponential divergence between their net worths is really just the story of this game. This KU really being able, like the four Burnsiders of Aaron, Vinny, Notorious, and Kobe really being able to give KU a good amount of breathing room, and then like he just sort of comes into fights every once in a while where it's like, okay, I think I get a kill and I don't actually die here.
Right.
And that's like kind of this. It's a very delicate, often fraught scenario where you're baited by your team a little bit, and then you end up feeding. But KU actually coming out on top in a lot of those sort of engagements. Really good. I have to say, there's just really good spell usage, and I kind of think from Hellraisen's, like they had this idea with this kill lane bottom and this like high magic burst lane top, and but there we go. They had like a ton of magic damage, so there's like their time in this game to really like exert their dominance is like in the first 13 to 15 minutes to set the pace of when BKBs must come out from the Burnsiders, when they have to respond. But this early tempo just never really picked up for them. They didn't really get this sort of early mid tower or early rotated tower that you usually see out of a Leshrac. He just sort of died in this first engagement that they had in the mid lane, and it really set him back. So I think Matsuri needs to play like maybe a little bit more conservative, or he needs to just be a little bit more choosy about when he's like committing his resources, because I feel like I just got the impression that he thought he was a lot more powerful, or just like a lot more of a force to be reckoned with at certain points than he really was.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you got to be really in tune with in the world of Dota, where exactly your power level is at, if you can take that fight and come out ahead. Right now, I guess, speaking of power levels, the players taking a little bit of a break. We're just going to flip to a holding screen. I'm sure the draft will be pretty quick once we get started. But stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, for some more Aegis League as we get into the upper bracket finals, Game 3. Coming up next, don't go anywhere.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another musical edition of the Portland Burnsiders, featuring our special guest, Moxie.
Play all day, frag all day, lose no way, win all day, vibe all day, chill all day, lose no way, win all day.
Burnsiders 2020, still out here, chasing dope, stuck inside, COVID dope. You say hi, I say yow, pushing through shutter doors, making plays you fucking know. Sixes, no 4v4, spitting phrases, making rhymes, rhythms in my mind, making dinner for game time, cooking Burnsiders. Till then, I'm eXtine. See you next time.
Radiant's turn to pick. Earth Spirit.
Yeah, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. We are live with Game 3, Portland Burnsiders versus Hellraisins. And, well, I am your host, eXtine, joined by Try Your Best. How you doing, buddy?
Yo, buddy. I'm
Yeah.
doing good, man.
Good.
Good.
Good. Hope everybody is ready for what should be a hype conclusion to our evening. Bands, always an interesting situation. Who picks first, whatever. And, well, Burnsiders, they said we want first pick. And Hellraisins, through that banning process, they banned that Mars. They did not feel like giving up that Mars again. And, well, they, as a consequence of that, they let through the Oracle. And Kobe says, yoink, thank you very much. And they also pick up the Phantom Assassin. I mean, and I don't know. I know of an aspiring young GH, right, in the sense of wanting to be an Earth Spirit god, and I'm referring to Aikster, who is amazing on that hero. But otherwise, I don't know. I don't feel that afraid of Earth Spirit as a first pick here on the Hellraisins.
Yeah, they must really have an idea of how they want to play this Earth Spirit of the Four. I mean, they see the Oracle, and they're like, all right, maybe we can use this as a hero that will quickly get on top of this this Oracle and shut him down. But, Oracle players are all, you gotta find me first, buddy. You gotta find me.
Right.
So, I'm assuming that Portland Burnsiders are gonna be banning out some heroes like TB and some other anti-PA type carries.
Yeah, we are in the second wave of bans here. I don't know how I feel about that Bloodseeker. I mean, again, we are in the world of best of 3 Dota here, which, the AD2L as well as the currently running RD2L, playoff round robins just doing BO2s. So, this is actually only our second BO3 series in the AD2L Aegis division. But once we get this deep, some of these questions are like, I mean, I don't know if I would have kept the Bloodseeker looking at last game and being like, all right, well, we were close against that PA. What do we like? And Bloodseeker didn't really seem to have much of a counter to PA in lane or after lanes, right?
I feel like the Bloodseeker really wasn't the issue in that last lineup. I mean, some people just may not like the pick, and that's fine not liking it, but the way I saw it, it didn't really seem like the reason why their lineup was having issues. It sort of seemed like for me, the issues sort of came out of the safe lane to mid lane use of resources, I think. So it looks like Hellraisins want to try it again with this Bloodseeker. I don't really know about this sort of, like, Earth Spirit level 1 is a little bit rough, but Earth Spirit, level 2 and 3 are, like, really good. But yeah, Hellraisin's just sort of banning out every strength 3 position they can think of right now.
Yeah.
Probably not gonna ban Timbersaw though. It's probably one of the only strength heroes they're not gonna ban. Beefy offlane heroes. Anyway.
Right, leave those in the pool.
Portland Burnsiders not really banning carries right now. Actually banning strong laners, so with the Enchantress, and then
That's Storm Spirit.
actually they're kind of all over the place with their bans. I have to think that they're valuing this early mid lane bans, which is a bit interesting to me because it's very typical to when you've picked up this sort of 3-4 that you're probably gonna show your carry next. And I think that when you
are drafting and your carry players like, don't pick me anything. I'm just gonna get countered. Let me have last pick. I think there are few carries or few drafts in which you can last pick a carry that solves all of the problems in your draft. That either solves all the problems in your draft or it presents a problem to the enemy team that they can no longer solve. I don't think that there are carries right now that do that. That
accomplish that.
Yeah, that typically accomplish it.
Right.
Usually the times where it accomplishes, the drafts are just so wonky that it's like, okay, whatever. But I think that I have to think that picking your carry a little bit earlier on benefits your teams for having a well-rounded draft, I think.
Yeah. And Burnsiders are just going to grab the Death Prophet, which could go either way. Terribly.
Really leaving this TB. Really leaving this TB pick is very surprising to me, actually. I wonder if they knew it was coming, actually, because when I saw them pick up PA Oracle, the first thing I said before they banned Enchantress was, I wouldn't be surprised if they banned Terrorblade. And Hellraisins are able to pick it up here. Terrorblade's sort of known for being a pretty good hero against PA. Right. Like in terms of their sort of scaling matchup. Doesn't mean like you get this hero and
it's a win.
Turn the lights off. Let's let's call it sort of deal. But
scales well.
Yeah, scales very well. Does well in the PA matchup. PA is pretty hard time going in on Terrorblade. Axe, pretty good hero against pretty good strength heroes in general against Terrorblade. After he's popped once he's popped meta, it's like, all right, cool, bro. Like, get it all out. It's just let me know when you're done. All right, cool. You done? Get out of your system. I have to think that this 4-position hero for Burnsiders is going to be some kind of hero that gap closes. If it was a Rubik, they would have picked it when the Death Prophet was picked, so I don't think it's going to be Rubik, because I have seen the Burnsiders draft a lot, and if they usually pick their mid laner last, so I have to think that this Death Prophet is not a 4-position, and it's not an Axe 4-position. It's not. They don't have fucking Sir Action Slacks on their team.
Right.
Shout out to that a-hole. Anyway, moving on. Just kidding.
Yeah, right.
So what do they need, right? What do we have? What do we need? We got tower pressure, we got blink initiation, we've got damage later on in the game. We don't really have we don't really have any good wave clear. So they might be looking to get a 4-position that has decent wave clear. I like this Invoker ban.
Yeah.
I really like this Invoker ban from them, because Quaswex Invoker would destroy their team. So I really like that. Hellraisins here, they've got long range initiation with Earth's non-blink initiation with Earth Spirit. They've got wave clear. They've got wave clear and tower pressure for days. Terrorblade, Keeper of the Light, Bloodseeker, all really good at clearing waves and pressuring towers.
What?
I mean,
you can destroy you can destroy the illusions instantly.
I really don't like this pick, but
came out with confidence from the Burnsiders, though, for sure.
I don't know how much reserve they had. A minute of reserve time, and this hero does not clear waves. This hero has a poor laning phase, but it has a lot of control. Has burst and control. Can deal with TB illusions, which is nice. In a vacuum, that's nice. I think game-wise, though, I'm really worried about this first few lanes, and I don't see how last picking a lot. I fail to understand how this is a last pick hero. How this hero cannot be addressed. How can this hero not be addressed? Well, it is a follow-up hero to Axe, which puts Axe in the unfortunate position of having to be the only source of initiation and a Viper pick. And this is what I was thinking last time when they picked the Leshrac.
Yeah.
I was thinking that they would pick Viper, and instead they picked the Leshrac. But I think this Viper pick is pretty good, actually. I think that it should do just fine against Death Prophet. In fact, Vipers typically win most matchups. It's a very slow and lumbering hero, so it'll be interesting to see what he builds on, how he builds Viper. There's sort of the off-lane 33 build where you're going like early earn into like either like Atos bots, so you're sort of running around them. You actually are running around the map. Instead of floating around, flying or floating around, basically doing nothing, being avoided, basically being the kid that smells in high school, no one wanting to talk to you. So like, I like this pick in terms of what I think it could. I mean, literally, Hell Raisins doesn't have a hero that can't clear waves at some point. I mean, obviously not Earth Spirit until later on, but like, they should be able to relieve or defend towers very well with their lineup. I am a little worried about how Burnsiders are going to be able to take fights when the map is not in their favor, or should generally be not in their favor. However, that sort of is all dependent on laning phases sort of going as expected.
You fought badly. Dying word.
Yeah.
I do like that they have this sort of good. They have decent first blood potential here on.
Yeah, on top lane.
On
the Burnsiders.
On Burnsiders, Vinny, man, he loves this build. I think this build is just so all in. Yeah, he goes like Oov and Quelling Blade, and he's just he is his own. He's his own thing.
Beautiful.
He's a beautiful man.
Yeah. For sure. Shout out to Dota 2 Pro Guides. Dota 2.
This Keeper of the Light, I actually think can avoid this gank.
Yeah,
oh, no,
the root coming in.
maybe.
No,
He's dead.
Blasted.
No, he did. He did.
He is dead. Vinny getting that first blood gold. And Humble Korean getting tipped out as Burnsider is off to a good start in game 3 here. Winner books their place with I believe pick advantage into the grand finals. These two teams have already guaranteed themselves top 3, but would be nice to get out there and guarantee it,
Yeah, I mean, every team has their idea of like what advantages are when it comes into the drafting phase, and so every little bit counts. Here we go, mid lane. What do? I'm a press W, and what can you do? Not a whole lot about it. Oh, he gets the uphill miss. Aaron's probably not too psyched about that.
Yeah, unfortunate. They're putting some pressure on Keva already again up here. That battle hunger, he's gonna just pop the metamorphosis.
Yeah, so let's see what's on Vinny's courier. Oh, does he not have a courier coming to him yet? It's just he just has a very different understanding of things than me, and it is interesting to see.
Yeah.
I'm saying I get that first blood. The first thing I do is I'm getting an armor item.
Yeah, or
And
that mobility.
yeah, or that mobility. He just don't play it like that, you know. You don't play it like that.
Aaron just got a kill on Matsuri mid and salves up afterwards. So Burnside is feeling the hype in this game 3. As that's an important pickoff for sure for the Death Prophet. Easy kills most of the way towards that bottle. And roll in on KU. He's just going to be able to blink out over to Oracle.
How did he die?
Yeah, he was trying to dive him under tower. He was trying to get the kill, but Aaron survived. Barely.
Man, I really wish I could have seen what happened, because I came back and Aaron had like most of his mana and his HP from that pot, so I didn't see how close it was.
Yeah, got a little blown up.
Not the end of the world here for Viper dying, but certainly not, you know, not what you want. Looking to see if Kobe resets the lane equilibrium here. Earth Spirit just, ooh, very nice go here.
Yeah, Oracle definitely
Probably
in some trouble here. Does have a wand. We'll turn around to help out KU, and did you get the root on the Earth Spirit? Kind of locking him down. He's gonna.
He's a master tier Earth Spirit player, Jeff.
Yeah, that's something. That means something. That is an accomplishment.
Means you're dedicated. You're bona fide.
Not everybody can do that, you know.
Yeah.
And they don't just hand those out.
No, they don't.
They
don't.
Well, Terrorblade, I don't know, not necessarily having a fun time up here. He is below the axe in the.
A lot of right clicks coming out on this keeper.
Put some work on this. Coddle! Vinny walks in for cleaning up. Oh, he's gonna see the courier. He can't get the first kill on it, but he doesn't even take a tower shot for it. Oh, and then he might get the Terrorblade here as Vinny's right on top of him. He's gonna be spinning, and Keva does get the last hit to stop the battle hunger, but it doesn't matter. Burnsider's on a roll.
How do you not get blind? Man, I'm going into flame mode here. How the do you not get blinding light? It's like one of the best trading abilities this hero.
Bro,
what?
Free mana, bro. Free mana, bro.
What is Illuminate doing for you? What?
Yeah, 2 points in it as well as Kobe and KU get the kill on Ice Shadow. 5-0 for the Burnsiders in game 3. Is it a sign? Well, if it was, it is over because it's now 5-1 in game 3.
Man, you jumped on that quick enough.
Yeah, 503.
First, I was like, what is he talking about? Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we're still off to a good start, but Terrorblade does pick up a kill here. KU dodging that Bloodright, but now the root on Bloodseeker. KU getting some work done. And Viper's kind of retreated to the jungle. I mean, it's 5 minutes. But he doesn't get his stacks off.
He's gonna miss like 2 creeps here or something. Oh, no, he's got to worry about defending his tower.
Yeah, for sure. With a lion there.
They forted for some other reason, so they don't have fort for this.
Gosh, and they get another kill on bottom. The Bloodseeker
there are
going
kills
down.
happening all over the place.
Yeah, Coddle has moved into bottom lane, so Terrorblade's going to try to go into jungle here. Then he has top lane alone at the top of the net worth chart.
Dude, he has a naked Vanguard.
KU is 0-0-2 and is third on the Burnsiders net worth and at the middle of the charts. But I mean, like, not in a shameful way, but it's kind of amusing. Vinny, yeah,
So
certainly
how
this,
does
this Vanguard
how did
pounded.
something like this happen? This is sort of like what like how does something like this happen? Like when you're it's sort of like recognizing like how lanes should go, what heroes do what they're trying to accomplish. And I think we have a little bit of a difference in understanding if I'm this Keeper of Light of what we're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
This blinding light ability helps you seriously mitigate like the kill threat and kill potential and harass potential of two heroes in a lane.
And they're
Now-
mid ganks. Like the DD got picked up by the Viper, and didn't have a chance to point it out. It wasn't really all that important, but he used it. Wasn't able to get a kill. Keva's still in trouble here, and you sort of have to wonder. It wouldn't be ideal at level 6 to have to pick up that point in Sunder, but he's just sort of so vulnerable that having that might actually be potentially worth it in a fight.
So while they were giving up these early kills, there's not a creep wave. The creep wave meets at 0-0 and 3-0, sir. Not at. Oh my goodness gracious. Top.
Yeah.
Wow, this is some unfortunate stuff here happening for Hellraisins, where we have these 2 points in the Illuminate and we're still losing our tower.
Yeah, he gets the blast on him.
My God,
Vinny don't
Vinny.
care though with this early Vanguard. And they get a Royal Jelly.
This is so funny. Oh my god, because he has his naked Vanguard, he literally doesn't care about getting hit by the tower.
No.
This not only is this guy wasted 3 points, and I'm just going flame mode. I know you're not supposed to do this, but this is so special. I have to point this out for people to understand the series of unfortunate events and why your choices matter. They really, really matter. This guy has 3 points in Illuminate, and he cannot defend a tower. 3 of his levels no longer mean anything. That is very unfortunate. Alright, well, I got other stuff going around the map. I'll stop talking about that. We can move on.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that he's trying to use it on the wave here now up top, and we'll get some clear. But
he's gonna get farmed. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. He's gonna clear waves. He's gonna get farmed. It's just
at what cost for your team?
At what cost?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely that blinding light would have been helpful in laning phase. 1 point in Illuminate, you can stack some camps, whatnot. Aaron getting rolled
Very
on.
nice.
Oh,
Go.
and the kick back. It does pop the illusion rune, but he's in trouble. Has to dodge the. Oh no! Actually, he's not in trouble. The Soul Siphon coming through here. He still has some bottle charges. Matsuri is the one who's going to go down there. Oracle trying to come in here with the heals, and well, not level 6 yet. Still heals a bit. Great Earth Spike gets 2. The last shot from Coddle, as well as the Illuminate dodged. It is the Rolling Stone from Ice Shadow that gets the kill in the end. And Bloodseeker is seeking that lion. KU's still got that Battle Fury queued up. Ruptured Bloodseeker on the lurk.
So normally Aaron would be dead there. I mean, it's just unfortunate that, we have this Earth Spirit who's level 4, wasn't really able to get a whole lot out of this offense in terms of either experience or running really with this Viper. So, that good play that they make in sort of rotation to Aaron, he should be dead in 99 games out of 100. But this is the one game where you're playing from behind a little bit, and those extra little bits of XP that you should have just aren't there, and suddenly the other team has those, and the way you normally operate and how you feel about doing things is it still exists, and then you do it, and then you're like, wow, this was wrong. I was just punished for this thing. And Hellraisins are going to quickly find them in a scenario with a really awkward game of Dota, where they're in a very awkward game, and they have to defend these towers, of which they have a really good team for doing. They do have a good way to defend these objectives.
Right.
But Portland Birdsiders, they have gotten a lot off the map already in a game. I wouldn't have expected them to be able to get this much so early. So because of that early lead, it's going to lead to some a bit of it's going to lead to some more than normal acceleration for this team, and Hellraisen's going to have to do something about that. So Viper here picks up an early mech. This is one way. This is one way to build this hero. Not terribly uncommon to go for Guardian Greaves. This type of like high sustain sort of beefy. I would like to have seen some sort of other items first, maybe.
Like Atos or.
No, not even that. Like go for like. Hold on one second. I'll wait for this engagement here.
Yeah, as Vinny skips forward with that Blink Dagger past the Blood Right, getting on top of this Viper, definitely would like to chop him down, waiting to make sure that his math is right. And Notorious coming in with that finger, gets his first kill count with it. Tried to get that Split Earth to come over and hit Humble Korean as well. Humble Korean goes down. That's 2 for the side of the Burnsiders thus far. Shadow running for the hills. Captain Coco on the back lines will clean up Kobe. Turning around to Vinny. Vinny can't hit that taunt. As, Death Prophet had a regen rune going and looking to get Crypt Swarm, another Spirit Siphon on this Ice Shadow. Doesn't actually throw out that Crypt Swarm though. And, they caught Vinny with that, sorry, and I said Vinny, the Bloodseeker. They almost caught him with this Sentry. Aaron, we'll just go for that TP out, but stopped from the roll.
That was a good pickup from Hellraisen's with this Earth Spirit. So, wait just a second. It looks like they're gonna maybe try for an engagement here. Just
Burnsider's walking out. Vinny's got Blink forward. Yeah,
KU's sort of having the time of his life here.
Yeah, keep Blink forward onto this Coddle. Coddle's in trouble. No finger available from the Lion, but yeah, blown up.
And you know it's like kind of pub status when your position 5 Oracle feels totally comfortable jacking the kill with Purifying Flames. Just like, did I do that? Kill secured.
Kill secured.
Kill secured. Did I do so yeah, I mean, you don't feel too bad about losing this hero. The other side of the map, if you're Hellraisen's, I mean, you'd like to not sort of be there. You kind of have this lineup where you're just sort of like really buying space for this Terrorblade, right? And that's what you should be thinking about. You should be thinking about how you take your engagements around where this Terrorblade can farm and get the most out of it that he possibly can.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
It's nice that they have this bottom tier 1 tower already gone, so he has that side of the map. I like that there's just I mean, this ward is about to expire in about 9 seconds, but it's going to spot out. It's going to spot him out before it expires, which is pretty nice. Spot Kev out before it expires. So they feel pretty comfortable.
Yeah, Matsuri coming to attack on Notorious here. Oracle has TP to try to save him. And threw out that false promise of Oracle ultimate. Notorious will still pop
tried,
though,
buddy.
so that was pretty ambitious, yeah.
I tried. I don't know you. I'm out.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll sing tales of your valor. Later, buddy.
Later, dog.
Yeah. Let's take a quick peek here, if I may, at the net worth and sort of see the difference. Yeah, so this lineup of Hellraisen's actually accomplishing sort of what I was saying in terms of this Terrorblade getting the most out of the map. And, like, he's the highest net worth in this game. And, you know, he's about 800 gold ahead, 600 gold ahead of KU on PA, which means he's doing really well. He is trying his best to get every freaking creep he possibly can so he can carry this game, because it is definitely going to be up to him. And got another possible smoke action. Is that what we got going on here? We got smoke here from Hellraiser.
Yeah, looks like they jump to Sentry first. Yeah, making sure.
This looks good for them. I really hope that they take this fight, that are able to take this fight, because this is an excellent spot for them to take it. It's near their tier 1 tower. their Terrorblade can TP into their tier 1. They have Glyph up, ready to take this. Even if this Death Prophet, they gotta find this Oracle. They have to find this Oracle, Jeff.
Yeah, and Oracle on the right-hand side as Notorious will run into the enemies first. He sees the Bloodseeker on the back line. Vinny comes back to help deal with it. Death Prophet has also sort of turned around here. They're going to be able to blow him up, get that easy kill. Ice Shadow has been found in the back lines as well. He's going to try roll all the way out.
Doesn't have a TP.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's boxed in. Torres has the finger. Add it to the count. He's got to.
Just drops the GG ring.
Yeah.
What a hero. What a guy.
For sure.
That was pretty funny. Unfortunately, like, I have to wonder if this sort of a bit of a tunneling aspect here going on from Earth Spirit. He sees the I believe he sees the line and starts going on the line in the back line and sort of ignores that his sole job is to find this Oracle for when they for their source of initiation. This Oracle is going to cause the most amount of problems for keeping Aaron, Vinny, and KU alive during engagements. And because the go is like this, the initiation is just not looking good at all. Keva's like, yeah, I am not going to do that.
Right. Captain Coco, oh, actually, somehow walks his way up and down past that Axe. Axe still, though, gets the two-handed slam on him. And they're pinging out the Roshan. The illusion is there, but they don't care.
Yeah, there's really nothing Hellraisins can do about this. They gotta sprint to bottom to push these lanes all the way up to tier 2, and you can see that Earth Spirit's here trying to get his. It's like, God, die! Please, as much damage on this tier 2 as I possibly can, please.
Yeah. Let's get a little stack inside the enemy's jungle real quick, while that Roshan going down.
Choices. So still looking good for this Terrorblade. I mean, well, KU has been eating away at the net worth difference between these heroes.
Right.
And you have to worry a little bit. You do have a good amount of space here on this map, but like, this is just interesting to me. I kind of feel like no one on Hellraisins is. They have heroes to defend towers, and they feel like they really can't even do it. They feel like they can't even like hit this wave down because of the gap closing from the blink follow up from Phantom Assassin. There's just like they just don't feel good about the things that their heroes naturally try and accomplish right now. And the push finally coming in here onto this bottom tier 2, so they'll be trading. Will they be trading? No, they will not. They will be not wanting to make sure that no one that Axe doesn't TP down in these woods and blink, call, kill. It's probably what is going through Keva's mind right now. So they're just going to be giving up top tier 2 and seceding what is going to be most of the map, other than this sort of bit right here.
Yeah. So right now, 20-minute mark coming underway here, as Radiant controls both outposts, so they'll get that little bit of an advantage there. Humble Korean lurking around, 4 staff queued up next for him. KU leading the way a little bit here with that Aegis. But Burnsider's mostly just kind of backed up, doing a little bit of jungle work, pushing the lanes.
Yeah, game's sort of going quiet a little bit as Hellraisins are looking to basically dodge everything that the Burnsiders are trying to accomplish.
Right. Right.
And because of this, Burnsiders are just going to get this tier 2 mid for what is most likely free.
They do find Matsuri here. And Lion kind of lurking on the side, waiting to really kind of show himself here. He probably does want that finger death, but he's also kind of standing back. Finger kill, excuse me. And that's a good pickup for sure, as the Dire were basically out on the map trying to make some space and progress. Humble Korean left out on the field. But otherwise, everybody else has TP'd forward. Burnsider's going to be looking to maybe take this last outer tower here.
Yeah, they need a big... it's going to come down to a pretty big base defense here from Hellraisins and Terrorblade. I mean, you know, he's 1-1-0. You know, not that there's been like a ton of kills that have been accomplished on Hellraisins. This sort of like goes to show like this 10 kill difference has really translated into Hellraisins going, oh god, we don't want to fight you at all. Please don't fight us. Please don't fight us.
Yeah.
And so there's really hasn't been an opportunity to eat for Kevin to even really join in on any of these fights. So his net worth has really just been dedicated towards making more net worth.
Yeah, fair. The Aether Lens on the Lion, so super long Earth Spike.
And I have to say, I haven't really talked about this that much, but something that's like a good shows like good awareness of like the state of the game is KU like went BKB before Deso, and typically you're like when you do that you feel like you're playing from behind. But what I actually like about it in this sense is like they're fighting so much. What I think he realized is like if I die right now, the game is like really, really bad. So I actually need my BKB now.
And the rupture out on Aaron on the low ground from the Bloodseeker. Aaron was walking in towards the fight, but then now they were trying to find the Earth Spirit, who has gone up to the high grounds. Exorcism will be able to come out here from the Death Prophet. We'll just choose to walk off, perhaps Yules. The Notorious gets the kill on Ice Shadow here. They turn around on top of this Bloodseeker here. No Exorcism yet still. Vinny has gone down. BKB for Aaron. Still just trying to bait him in. Terrorblade under the tower with that Metamorphosis.
I want you to see just how important killing this Oracle hero is, or getting this Oracle player to... Getting him out of the fight,
right?
Him wasting his false promise. As soon as his false promise is wasted, Hellraisins are they're literally sprinting. They can't run fast enough at the Burnsiders with Terrorblade popping Metamorphosis. That's just how important Oracle is to these team fights.
Humble Korean getting destroyed.
I was warning, guys. It's okay. I was warning. It's fine.
Just trying to get out there a little bit, you know.
This is fine.
Yeah, nothing is wrong here.
Nothing of value was lost. It's fine.
KU pushing top. Quick push.
This is gonna be Burnsider's time. This like 70-second window while Metamorphosis is down. They have to really consider pushing the issue here, even though Oracle. I mean, it'll be actually a 50-second window because this false promise is not quite up yet, and they still have.
Here we go on Viper here. PA going into the back lines. They're just going to be able to blow through them as Axe gets that dunk and putting some early pressure on the Hellraisins. 25 minutes into this game. Metamorphosis still down for 40 more seconds here. Aaron with that Metamorphosis doing a lot of damage on this tower. The fortification will come out here, as will an Illuminate from this Keeper of the Light. Runs out, I think, right before it gets to Aaron, though, unfortunately. He's going to be able to get that kill on the tower. Vinny does, actually, on the technicality. One more Illuminate coming out here. 10 seconds on
meta for Terrorblade.
And, I mean, Burnsiders will probably just leave if they get that popped out. I mean, range barracks is down. They don't get the melee, but they're going to be pretty happy with that.
I have to think that they're fine just losing this range Rex and nothing else.
Yeah,
but
it's not ideal, that's for sure.
I honestly I think it kind of is ideal for Hellraisins. Like they didn't have meta. Their Viper was dead. And they kind of just had to look at Burnsiders and say, well, I mean, whatever you want, please don't take much. And there's this window here, and that was that window I was talking about. There's that window of time where Metamorphosis is not quite back up yet, where Hellraisins cannot really do much until it is. So they're really, everything comes down to this ability for them. All of their map movements, everything they want to accomplish, anything that they want to defend or fight comes down to, is this 155-second cooldown ability up? That's it. And Burnsiders, as long as they recognize and continue to recognize this timing, so they might have to take an engagement against Hellraisins that's truly not that favorable for them, just to get this ability drawn out, right?
Right.
That's like one way they can think about dealing with it. Another way is they just find him and kill him. But you know, he's been doing such a good job of not being on any dangerous parts of the map. And his team has been doing a good job of like making parts of them, like sort of being in those dangerous parts for him, you know.
Right.
You know, sort of tactically feeding, if you would, you know.
Yeah, and Bloodseeker are going to get a Hex as well as the Dagger. Earth Spirit jumps down to the low ground. KU does hit that BKB. Going to be a taunt on the Bloodseeker. KU kind of bouncing between different targets. Oh no, Keva does get the Sunder off on DP. Death Prophet has thrown herself into the air. And KU going down there. Blasted 500 gold going. Oh, Aaron does get TP'd out though. It's just going to be KU going down, but the Sunder's coming through.
Roche is up in 10 seconds, Jeff.
Yeah, we'll see if they leave an illusion though.
Yeah, they need to spy this Roshan. And they spy this Roshan. This game is completely flipped on its head. And this is what I'm talking about. Like Burnsiders, they were inevitably going to have to take this engagement that was not as favorable for them. And I think if Aaron had not popped Exorcism, Burnsiders would just be totally fine. Oh my. Okay, this Roshan is going to be deleted.
Yeah, he goes in there. He sees it. And Kevin's there. Burnsiders can't really do anything to contest this. Everybody is down. Oracle trying to sneak his courier in to the secret shop, actually. Definitely a big, important late game pickup there from the Terrorblade.
Yeah. This game is very much flipped for a flip. This top lane of like the nice thing about this hero comp for Hellraisins is like a lane, even 2 lanes of Rax is not the end of the world considering how much wave clear they have. Like they really can find themselves in a scenario of even being Megan and still winning this game. Like this game is I would not be surprised if it said 50-50 on the
I actually checked it a bit ago. It's in the Burnsiders' favor. It was much heavily more so earlier, but now it's trending more towards 75%.
Yeah, okay.
If not lower. So they still have favor.
Hotkey
You know,
for that?
F8 will actually pull that up. That's right by difference in XP, difference in team net worth, and still updating. Keva is mid lane. Burnsider's lurking. Smoke nearby. KU with that blur as well. And if they can find Keva here, because the Dire have just rotated through. Burnsider's what, gonna cut the wave now? They're still, yeah, they found the courier. They're still looking, but Burnsider's completely wrapped around here. And that observer word actually does see him.
I'm wondering if KU. I'm wondering if. Okay, KU is gonna be headed towards Satanic. It's obviously a really good item this game. I can't help but think that this top fight going around this shrine or whatever, this outpost going, it's a little bit different. Oh wait.
Right, big long range roll in from the Earth Spirit. Actually kicks Vinny over to the other side. He has BKB trying to get away from this Terrorblade, who with that Metamorphosis is doing a lot of damage to him. Vinny able to blink out actually, and False Promise will. Oh gosh,
Ooh, that was close.
that was very close. He does survive. Keva at range. Okay, Force Staffed a little bit away as Notorious was thinking about it. And Burnsiders will be able to create some space here.
We got a DD rune for yeah, look at how important this frickin' Metamorphosis is.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just ridiculous.
It's-
I would not be surprised if Burnsiders want to take a fight like right now with it
Right,
going
with it
cool
down. They're pushing
Even though
forward.
he's
They
got a
actually
DD.
get that deny on mid tower, which again is helpful in the gold battle.
I'm not even sure this DD matters because of I believe it can just be fortune to end off. And the range, you know, I know the range is like super high, but normally you'd see this DD and you'd like totally not F with it whatsoever. But
Right.
there's like cute ways that it's not as big of a deal with abusing Fortune's End plus these Blink heroes. Yeah, and once meta's down, they're just Hellraisins are like, all right, we did what we wanted, cool. There's sort of this ebb and flow in this game.
Right. The meta timings of these push waves and the strengths that we're seeing here. Burnsider's getting level 20 on Axe, level 20 going out for Terrorblade on the other side. PA, highest level hero on the board. We have a smoke coming out here from Dire. And,
this is big.
yeah, blink away from Notorious. See if you can find the counter initiation. Aaron thrown up in the air here. Kevin coming forward here. He was muted, kind of low on health here. Oh, is he just silenced here? Can they burst him down? They do.
Holy.
They just jump him down with the Axe ultimate. Viper going down as well, destroyed. Keva has Sunder, but no Metamorphosis anymore. So he can't do as much damage. Oracle's rooted down the Coddle, who Notorious is controlling as well. Notorious has Finger of Death. He hits Keva for the kill. 540 gold. There goes another one. And oh, the Earth Spirit. He's going to be able to TP away. But Burnsiders, in response, are charging down mid. They're going to be forcing out some buybacks for sure. Viper first. Now Bloodseeker. Let's see if they can get Terrorblades forced out here as well to do even more economic damage.
I'm a little shocked that Hellraisins wanted to take that fight when they were so close to having BKB for Terrorblade.
Yeah.
And
Notorious jumping forward. The Earth
Strange.
Spiker as well. Earth Spirit in trouble here. Vinny on top. Another chomp. And, well, the buyback from Terrorblade's Burdensiders in retreat. I think Vinny's going to throw himself forward to try to slow things down. Oracle with that TP out. Can the roll come in time? No! Goes right through his body. Master tier doesn't matter there when your opponents disappear. Okay, you heading for this bottom room. Humble Korean still on the chase. He might not like what he finds, though. 600 gold for that.
It's 600 gold for what has to be the poorest person in this game. Okay, not quite. He's not quite.
Wait, 40 seconds on the respawn as well, while his team is kind of trying to poke out and find space, find people. Notorious will get Yule'd up here by the Bloodseeker. The Glimmer Cape, okay, Earth Spirit is there this time with a dust and with a kick.
I
But,
have
wave
not, it's
pushing
funny, I
tone.
haven't even talked about like neutral items or whatever this game. Is there anything worth talking about? Is anything?
I mean, got like craggy code on Death Prophet. That's sometimes an item that you're always just like, meh, throw it in the stash. That one's pretty good. She doesn't care too much about right clicks.
I guess the sort of biggest neutral item I can see right now is this repair kit for Dire. As they're gonna be finding themselves.
Yeah. Spider legs on Bloodseeker's kind of good. They don't really care about that Paladin sword, but I mean that could maybe be good on.
I'm a little surprised, but like,
Viper, but-
I mean I see why the Viper has this growing back. That's just so. But Viper's build is very, very interesting to me. He's just so slow. This hero is so slow, and I feel like you need to feel like I'll hold up for 1 second.
Yes,
He's
KU
about
gets
to get
humble
blown
Korean.
up.
Vinny's getting on top of this Viper as well. He disappears quickly with a KU crit. KU gonna clear this wave mid,
didn't
and
even-
Terrorblade in retreat. Kevin gets a little shove back from Ice Shadow, and yeah, 80 seconds down for the Viper. So things looking pretty good for the Burnsiders. They will pump the brakes just a little bit to push out top lane.
And me speaking a little bit out of turn here, I like that the Terrorblade didn't even go BKB and he goes for the Satanic. This status resistance. The status resistance build is just really gonna give him that edge for getting Sunders off and turning these team fights where he's being focused down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it's pretty standard. I would have, well, yeah, no, it's good. Moving on.
Vinny jumping in on this Terrorblade. There was I think an Abyssal Blade thrown out there, yeah, from Vinny. And KU blowing up Ice Shadow on the back lines. Vinny is in a little bit of trouble here, but he's trying to survive here. Aaron pushing forward here. Vinny does pop to Keva. False Promise can't save him, not providing enough heals. They want to get this melee barrack, still pressuring it. And KU on that backline since Notorious Kid jumps on him right on top of Terrorblade here. Terrorblade.
Gonna get the
Oh,
thunder.
Sunder's on Coddle.
No, he didn't even stunder.
Oh.
He cheesed. Jesus
Oh, jeez.
Christ.
Cheesed it.
Yeah, he cheesed.
Cheesed it. Yeah, I thought he thundered
Cheesed just.
Coddle there. Yeah, Burnsider's going to be fairly happy with that. Losing Vinny. They do finish up that... no, they do not finish up that top melee barracks. The XP gold exchange, though, is just fine in their favor.
This status resist really showing how powerful it is. Like, all these abilities are just, like, off in an instant. And Terrorblade, well, it comes close, or, like, close-ish. If you look, he's still, like, ending up in some of these engagements. So, like, he had 1,000 HP before he cheesed. I think he could have just sundered, to be honest. But, you know, when it's these sort of high-stakes things, you're like, just cheese. Whatever, I don't care. I don't want to chance it, so... I don't want to die in animation to an 1800 damage crit on PA or something like that.
Right, for sure.
Good, you know.
Yeah, big
good play there all around.
Fast on the keys.
I think we're in for another 10 minutes of stalemate.
Yeah,
30-second window of this metamorphosis being down. I think it's going to be back up by the time Burnsiders are knocking on this tier 3 in mid.
Yeah.
I want a refresher shard here on Death Prophet. Sorry.
Yeah, picked up from that last Roshan. That's a nice snag. Notorious still kind of lurking around forward. He's got Blink Dagger and Force Staff. I hear that Vinny scream.
Yeah, he's like, I got so much mana. Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever. Top lane going pretty good, being pushed out. Bloodseeker is trying to run bottom to take care of things. Yeah, KU coming forward here. The dagger will hit on Humble Korean. They're just going to blast down that top lane. Top lane seeing that it's kind of undefended. At the same time, Aaron with that Exorcism. He's got a Lotus Orb. He can pop on himself when he's feeling under duress. And looks like they will just take another tier 3. Oh, hexed by that Prince's knife. He wasn't expecting that on the roll away. And there's the Earth Spike as well. Plenty of damage here as they're going to get that kill. KU still just blinking away at that melee barracks as well. There goes the ranged. Just going to take that rest of that lane. They're just going bottom. Burnsiders definitely putting a lot of pressure here as this is game 3 in upper bracket finals. Burnsiders want to book themselves into the grand finals. And a guaranteed top 2 finish in this Aegis League Aegis division. AD2L. Vinny jumping forward. The taunt onto the Viper. Metamorphosis out here from the Terrorblade, but he's under trouble here. He's the Earth Spike. KU also under attack here. He has the Roshan, or so the Aegis, and they're going to actually pop out a couple players here. Keva's still fighting. He's under attack though. Notorious gets that finger kill. And GG, well played, thrown out by Humble Korean. The Burnsiders take it once again in game 3, booking themselves into the grand finals of the AD2L Aegis League. Well played by the boys.
Well played by Du Bois, indeed. I think the story of this game is the first 10 minutes.
The first
10 minutes. The first 10 minutes of this game go so well for Burnsiders.
Yeah.
Like Vinny in the off lane. I'm pretty sure this is the first time out of all the games I've cast where he has just dominated his lane. Like, no questions asked. Like, I'm in the laning phase, coming out of the laning phase, and your ability to do anything you want to do on the map is just boned by his performance in that lane. So
yeah.
that was very great to see. I think Hellraisins did a really good job of like bending but not breaking, so to speak, for so long of this game, and just one sort of misstep in the in mid where they don't quite have this satanic out on Terrorblade, and they take a fight outside the base and it doesn't go quite the way they want for them. But very good game all around, and Portland Burnsiders take the dub.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely proud of them, their performance here tonight. I'm sure they're going to be quite proud of themselves. Shout out to Hellraisins. I think people might not have put them as getting past their first round opponents, Otters, but Hellraisins have definitely been improving a lot and have gotten some other solid results in other competitions lately. Hellraisins definitely up there, just kind of like in this group of people that like we're friends with, that we've been scrimming with, and we just feel like we're all kind of building each other up in this Dota 2 North American community. So big ups to Hellraisins for sure. I think that basically one of our players, I think it might have been Vinny Sal, is getting pulled into an interview over on that main stream. So I'm going to let him shine over there and not bother our other boys, because, media obligations, well, only one person has to go give interviews, and that's checked off the list, right? So...
yeah. Media obligation.
You like that? Makes it sound real,
Real.
Word. Well, Zach, you got some shout outs, my friend?
Yeah, shout out to Steve and the Cat. Sort of not playing in too many tournaments right now because there's much there.
Yeah.
We're scrimming every day. So, if you want to scrim, hit me up. I got 5 boys ready to get hot and sticky with you.
Yo. All right. Well, I'm gonna shout out to. I'm gonna shout out my friend Citrus, as well as all of our other lovely viewers watching tonight. Everybody is lovely. We appreciate you guys tuning in. And already shouted out the Hellraisins. Shout out, of course, my boys on the Burnsiders Dota squad, killing it tonight. Definitely way happy about that. Also, shout out to the sponsors. Shout out to the sponsors. We got some support from Red Bull. We really appreciate that. We got Antlion Audio coming through with some microphones. Their wireless microphone is amazing. And also big up to Stormbreaker Brewing for all of their support over the years. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back tomorrow, as tomorrow we have an RD2L Masters double header. I don't know if Gunshy's going to be joining me or busy wrangling cats.
Dude, I'm probably playing Cyberpunk all day.
Yeah, there you go, there you go. Like a lot of people out there, gonna be pumping that Cyberpunk. Hope you guys enjoy it. We'll see when I can get around to it. But either way, thanks again for joining us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate it so much. But that will do it for us. I am eXtine. See you guys next time. Peace out.
Next time.